Never mind. Sorry. Welcome all to Old Bones and Grimm Tales. Thanks for joining us as we continue our Alora campaign. My name is Brad, and I am the Dungeon Master, and I am joined by three of my closest friends, Mr. Ian Stapleton, Wyler Taylor, and Justin Haines. Say hi, guys.
Hey!
And for those that didn't watch the first episode, go ahead and, I guess, tell everybody who you're playing so we have an idea. For those that aren't watching the stream and can't see your nameplates.
I am Ian. I'm on the half-orc paladin, the Edgelord.
The Edgelord.
Yeah.
Wyler?
I'm playing Honest. I am playing a human monk.
Yeah.
I'm Vogar, the Goat Rider. I'm a dwarf, currently the best disguised I can be as a halfling.
Yeah.
There you go.
So if everyone's ready, we shall begin. So last time on the Alora campaign, we started off with Daraguul. He was in the Willow Woodlands, apparently sent out by the Church of Azaran to investigate the dark that was plaguing the area. It's been a couple months, sir. You've been out here. You're running low on certain supplies, so you decide that maybe it's time to head back. Then we moved on to Vogar, the Goat Rider. You were introduced while you were getting your haircut. We didn't really delve too much into you there, but the consensus is that you were a halfling and you have a elven companion along with a goat companion, and you three were going to start making your way to Yardoon. And we picked up with Honest, the monk. His introduction was a little foul and dark, to say the least. He awoke around his peers that had been slain. He saw a mysterious figure, well, not mysterious to him in the least, but someone that he thinks may have been responsible for the massacre. This guy, this older drow gentleman, told Honest to run. This all led to you guys meeting up on the tradeway. It's not like you knew each other before. It wasn't anything other than chance and happenstance. You guys met, and you had your first encounter together, which, kind of got you guys traveling with one another. Fast forward a bit, things got even more dire. You guys, I think it was 1 or 2 days into your trip together that Thala went missing. Thala, the elven companion of Vogar, went missing as Daraguul was falling to sleep, fresh off a hit of some devil's root.
Oh yeah, baby.
And you guys decided to go after her. This led you to on an interesting goose chase. You fought some two-headed hounds. Honest got injured over and over, and Daraguul kept having to heal him so he wouldn't die. You made it into a cave where you eventually found Thala, but also the presence of a dark creature, a ghastly ghoul, spirit, demon, whatever she was. You guys had to fend her off, essentially to escape. You also found out, the other two, not Vogar, that Thala is a bit of a shape changer. As you guys rescued her from a dark room, she changed into a tall, black-furred creature, helped you fight this witch thing, and you guys fled. The other things of note, I think, Honest, you found an item in the room.
Yeah, I found a kind of like a spike.
And then you guys essentially,
or a stake.
Yeah, you took Thala, decided to go lick your wounds, headed back out to the tradeway. You're just on the side. What you did notice before you guys fell asleep is that there was a lot of travel, especially for this time of night. People started setting up camp all about you along this edge of the tradeway. So everyone kind of felt like it was okay to just kind of nod off. You just kind of keeping one eye open in case any stragglers wandering the tradeway would want to rob you or such. Just for funsies, before you guys nodded off that evening, is there anything special you needed to do?
I'd like to ask Thala, what exactly did she tell that witch thing?
So Thala has been asleep, deep sleep, since you pulled her out of the cavern, and she is currently sleeping in the back caravan. As you go to see if she's awake to ask her that question, you do notice something that you have personally seen before. The bruises, the scratches, all that is almost completely healed at this point. It's only been a few hours.
Okay. Well, she's asleep. I don't bother. I can always ask her later.
Okay. So you would have headed to slumber, Honest or Daraguul. Was there anything you guys did, any conversation to be had before you guys went to sleep?
No, I don't believe so.
No.
Given the evening's events, I think that would be
Yeah.
Right.
wanting to catch some shut eye.
All right, then.
Yeah, I'm definitely wanting to catch some sleep.
So, the sleep hits you guys pretty swift, especially Daraguul and Honest. Honest having a couple of the worst days probably of his life. Daraguul for a lot of reason. The night passes, but just before sunrise, Honest, you awaken suddenly. You jolt upright, you grab your stick, and you swing it around toward the figure that you just heard sit down across the fire from you. Familiar face. That dark-skinned drow. Ah, good morning, Honest.
You son of a bitch, and I go to try and strike him.
So you stand up and you try to strike him. How do you do it?
I just try to swipe at him.
So you stand up and you go to swipe, but this is not uncommon as you've trained with this drow quite often. The stick comes out quickly, but his hand juts out and grabs it in a stone grasp. That is not the way to say good morning, Honest. Honestly, maybe you should just sit down. And as you do you want to, as you look around, you notice that your form is translucent. You turn and you can see your body sitting on the ground, sleeping next to Daraguul. You know that Vogar, Thala and Beatrice are in the caravan. You finally get a, unhazy look at this drow individual, and his skin is also smoky, translucent. I thought that we could have a conversation, Honest.
What more could I have to say to you?
I think it's less of what you have to say to me and more of what I have to offer you. If you're interested. He smiles.
You blew up my temple, you stole my sister. Fuck you.
What's interesting is you're blaming me for that massacre when it was your hand that killed every one of them. Odd, really. Would you like to sit down and hear what I have to say?
I do so begrudgingly.
He waits for you to sit, and then kind of rubs his hands together and puts them near the fire. 3 years ago, I told you that one day I would introduce you to your parents. I assure you that day is coming, sooner than you think. What is so interesting is that you found yourself in the presence of these individuals. It's a lot of news that you'll be hearing soon. A lot of grim tales, some would say. Things that are happening all around you. He starts to gaze toward Daraguul. You like this one?
Yes.
Good. I like him as well. Are you into, preservation?
Yes.
Your friend here, he has maybe 2 to 3 days to live, I would say, considering his withdrawal and considering the creature that he harnests in his soul. That is a problem. I need him to live. I need him to make it to Yardoon, along with that small fellow of yours. Quite important, actually. Do me a favor. Write this name down. You're going to find out that you're not going to be able to progress to Yardoon. It's not going to be easy. The tradeway, unfortunately, will be closed in the morning. You will find out why soon enough, I promise. But to the north of here, there is a man named Jebediah. You need to find him, as he is one of the only people that I know on this plane that can exorcise Mr. Daraguul of his demons, per se. It's not going to be easy finding him, but I think with his cast of characters, you'll be fine. Are you getting that, Honest? So quiet. He was so talkative at the temple.
I just kind of stare. I've wrote it down, but I'm still...
Sure. It is fine. I would like you to know, maybe a bit of incentive. I do need you to, try not to perish between now and the 5th of next year. Same month, April. If you can manage to do that, that'd be great. And as I said, for the incentive, hope is still alive, my friend.
I'm still silent. I'm just kind of like in this, kind of giving like the side glance.
Nothing to say about that, huh? Family doesn't kill one another, Honest. And he stands. In that case, I will see you later then, nephew. And he begins to walk down the road. Eventually disappearing, your form begins to seep back into that of your body, and you do awake. It's probably an hour before sunrise. You can see that all the people around you on the tradeway are getting up, and you're starting to hear commotion from up the road to the west. Loud talking, stuff like that. The rest of you... Go ahead. Everybody's asleep. Anything you want to do?
So I just stand up, kind of shocked. I don't know, I guess kind of stunned by what I just heard.
Mm-hmm.
Not really sure how to react to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear the commotion, and I guess I'll walk up to the loudest person and ask what's going on.
So you get up and you just start kind of walking away from the caravan, just looking and seeing all the hubbub. As you walk, you're starting to hear a lot of information. A lot of talk about the Hillhammers. Talk about one of them being slain just a few days ago. You start to hear things, something about the gate on the tradeway has been closed. Everyone is expecting to hear from the speaker of the Yardoon Council in a few hours. Not a lot of information besides that, as you kind of prod around, asking. I tell you what, though, roll me an investigation check if you'd like.
Yes. Got the first roll for the night. Let's see.
Set the tone.
Set the tone, baby.
I set the tone low.
All right, I like it. What'd you get?
I got a 3.
With a 3, you don't garner any other information. It's early. The people that are awake are grumpy because they can't continue on. The further that you get up through there, you notice that wagons, caravans, are all backed up on the tradeway. It gets to a point where you can see, a mile down the road, and it's just congested traffic. Anything you'd like to do?
I return to the caravan then.
All right. And that time as you are returning, taking your morning stroll, Daraguul.
Yes.
This night has been restless. Your dreams have turned to those nightmares and/or visions, however you interpret them. You return to a familiar place, the gold ground, the gray crag rock. But this time you see... Well, before you saw creatures, you couldn't really make out what they were. But this time, there's a lot of them, and they seem to be locked in some sort of battle. They are warring upon one another. There are these roars from the sky, and you have a hard time pulling your head up to see, but you see a large red dragon flanked by another dragon slightly smaller, made of bone and necrotic energy. They are laying waste to the enemies on the ground. The vision seems to move forward. You do hear things talking, but you don't know the language, and whatever they're saying actually hurts your ears, but you persevere strong in this vision. Eventually things wind down, and you watch these dragon creatures. They change into that woman that you've seen before. The red dragon changes, that giant of a woman with the fiery red hair, and then next to her, that necrotic dragon changes into a tall form, no eyes, no nose, just an abnormally long mouth, and it kind of hangs open, and you can see the razor teeth within and the drool kind of escaping from its mouth, and they are both gazing down at the battlefield, but particularly at two figures at their feet. You're a little bit away. Everything's hazy around you. You got that tunnel vision on them too. What would you like to do?
Oh, man. I guess I'm going to move closer and investigate.
Go ahead and roll for me a strength check.
It is going to be 6 plus 4, so 10.
10? Okay. It's hard, but you press forward and you can hear echoing speech, but it's in common. You're starting to be able to make it out. You catch kind of the arse end of the conversation. What you hear, and it's more like you hear the words, but they are translated in your mind. You're just kind of hearing the growls and the screeches. But the words you hear are, "These vessels are strong. They can withstand them, I assure you, my queen," that necrotic creature says to the woman. She turns to him and says, "I honestly hope you are right, my love." At that moment, both of the heads of these figures turn toward you. You are pulled back to the caravan as you awake with a start. You see, as you kind of get your surroundings honest, walking up the trail, and then you realize something. In that moment, as you were pulled away, you got a good look at the figures on the ground. A man and a woman, and one of them was honest. The other one was a woman, but looked very similar to honest, like they would be related.
So when I'm having these dreams, do I get the sense of it being out-of-body experience then?
I would say, with your training? Yeah. Closer to a vision than just a dream. Feel like you're leaving yourself and seeing this. You are also, as you kind of are collecting your thoughts, you see Honest coming up the road. Vogar is climbing out of the wagon, as is Beatrice, very awkwardly. You hear Thala groaning inside. She seems to be trying to get up, but sounds very, hurt and sore.
Mm-hmm.
Your feeling kind of comes back. You feel as though you have a fever. You feel very thirsty, extremely nauseated, to the point where you think you're about to retch all over the ground. You can hear your heartbeat in your head. You look down at your skin, and it's much more pale than it usually is. Kind of blotchy. In other words, you feel like shit this morning, and you don't know if coffee's gonna cut it.
Ooh. Small one. Small one.
Yes,
Any morning ale.
of course. Who wants breakfast? And I'll pull out 2 water skins.
Please, just the ale. No food.
Weak stomach,
have
eh?
I don't feel so well today.
Well, you're about to not feel even more well. I've got some bad news. I just heard across the kind of through all these caravans that the tradeway to Yardoon is closed. Or the gates to the tradeway to Yardoon are closed.
Fuck's sake.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't catch all of it, or all the information. just that it's closed.
It's all the information you heard, nothing else.
Something about some hill hammer.
An eyebrow raised. Thala! Thala!
Sorry, excuse me.
No, you're fine.
Yes. I'm getting up. And you see Thala kind of crawling out the side of the wagon. She does not look great either. What's the
I
problem?
will attempt my most atrocious whisper, but also in a panic.
Sure.
Like, we have a problem.
What's the problem?
A big problem.
Yeah, a big problem.
They shut the tradeway.
I have a big problem. I have to piss. And she starts crawling out. I'll be back.
Your piss can wait.
Nope, I don't think so. Just come, stand behind the tree and talk to me. Shit. She starts walking off into the forest.
All 3'9" is gonna follow.
Yeah, you start wading through the debris, or not the debris, the foliage. She goes behind a particularly large willow tree, and you stand on the other side, and you eventually start hearing the relieving. What is it? What's the matter?
The human honest. He just said they shut the tradeway down. Something about Hillhammer, but he didn't have any other information. He's pretty much useless.
Damn.
That's a bit
You don't
of
hear
a,
this conversation.
that's a bit of
I
a
know, but
problem.
still.
What are we gonna
Hillhammers.
do?
Well, I would say that the news has probably traveled, but no one saw you, right?
No, of course not. How's my
Oh.
beard look?
Terrible. Terrible, at least last I saw.
Fuck.
You had ink running down your face. It's really funny, actually. Why not just shave it off?
God. Shave it
I'm
off.
sure we'll
God.
figure out
Just-
something. They're not looking for you, and they're definitely not looking for a halfling. And she comes walking around. It's not
I
a
have
problem.
like a knife in my hand.
What? Are you going to stab me now?
Like already raised.
No, shave me.
Excuse me, sorry. I'm not going to kill you, and I doubt that any of the rest are. We'll figure out what's
God.
going on. What else did he say?
That's all he fucking
Honest.
had. Nothing else.
You hear Thala kind of yelling your name. She's walking towards you. She's got a look on her, Honest. She's got that like stern mom look as she approaches. She gets real close, and you can kind of smell. She was chewing on something. You can smell the mint on her breath. So, tradeway gates shut.
Yes, according to the other passerbys.
And what all did you hear?
Uh,
Word for word.
Really, that the tradeway was closed. The speaker would say something soon,
Speaker of
and
what?
some sort of speaker of Yardoon.
Of the council of
Oh,
Yardoon?
Fuck.
Yes,
All right, and what else?
something about some hill hammers. Somebody, some hill hammer being slain.
I see. Well,
It doesn't pertain to us.
yeah, not at all. And she turns toward Vogar and just shakes her head. Not at all. All right then. And then she turns to you, Daraguul. You look like shit. Worse than I feel, I think.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself.
Go ahead and give me a con save, Daraguul.
Are you
A
sure Thala
natural
looks the same?
7. 7 plus 3, so 10.
10? You about retched all over your boots, but you managed to hold it in. Some, your mouth kind of gets the stomach bile in it. You swallow it back down. Did you just try to puke on me?
Yes. Yes, I did.
I think maybe
Apologies.
might need to find you a barrack or something. We need to talk about what happened last night. I was kind of out of it. Maybe not
Out of
now.
it.
Out of it is a word for it.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
what you
lot-
call it.
there's
Out
a
of
lot-
it.
There's a lot to discuss. But she looks around, and there is quite a lot of people. Quite a lot of people they could get within earshot very easily if they wanted to. What's the plan then, boys? Press on, see what the Speaker of Yardoon Council's got to say?
I
May as
think,
well, right?
Maybe? What was you gonna say, Honest?
I'd say I think I might know a man that could, I don't know, provide us with a spot to rest. I don't know his exact location, but I think he might be close.
It might be a good thing, especially if the tradeway's closed. How close?
I haven't kept up with him in quite a while. I'm not sure where he lives, but I know his name is Jebediah.
That sure tells us his name, at least. You have a direction?
Anything?
Yes. Where might we start?
He told you he was to the north of this spot.
Maybe north.
Yeah, he told you north of current location.
Yeah, he's to the north. I know that much.
Right into the thick of it. An outlander. And who is this Jebediah? How do you know him?
He's an old friend who visited my home
Right.
every once in a while. Traded stories.
Traded stories. Right. Roll for me a deception check.
Watch me fail this, boys.
She rolled kind of low, so we'll see.
That's a 10.
I also got a 10. Match. Damn, sorry. Choking on beer over here.
Must be nice.
Sorry, Jay. Jebediah of the Woods to the north. Old friend that used to visit your home. Huh. Place to rest, you say? It'd be
Yes.
good to hide out somewhere, Vogar. A little bit.
Agreed.
Doesn't happen to be a healer of any kind, does he? Or is he? And she turns toward Daraguul.
He may have something.
Something. Endless possibilities, boys. How about some breakfast? Anybody cooking?
I'm starving. I will.
All right.
No thanks. Just drink for me.
Yeah, and you're you nursing the breakfast beer, the Vogar ale.
I piss.
2 hands.
The wart. Yeah.
The wart. So you are nursing the ale, Vogar. You begin to make breakfast out of your supplies. Honest, are you doing anything particular? Thala's just hanging out with Beatrice.
Kind of organizing my thoughts, getting a look around.
All right. In that time, you notice that people are growing anxious, angry, upset. They want this thing to be moving. And the line of wagons is backed up to your point at this point. Speaking of, do you keep the caravan, your double wagon on the side of the road, or what?
Yeah, for now.
All right. All right. So you guys begin to have breakfast. The sun begins to rise. It's a cool morning. Daraguul. Starting to get worse. You're starting to feel tired and you just woke up. Like you could just crawl back into your, underneath your blanket and just go to sleep.
Oof.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
This is like nothing I've felt before.
Have you had your, morning coffee?
Of course, Thala.
Has he? And she looks to Vogar and Honest. And she rubs her nose. His coffee?
Mm-mm.
Not that I've seen.
I did wake up late.
As did I. Is that the issue, Daraguul?
My coffee? Yeah, I don't have any coffee per se. I'm trying to get it done with this mead here. Could be the issue.
We're heading north into the Woodlands. We're gonna need you to not be so sicky. Vogar, do you have any coffee in the wagon?
be right back.
Just a little. Just a little, she says as you go walking off.
Just need to wet my nose.
As I go into my wagon, I make a comment that my bedroll smells like wet half orc, which is disgusting.
Nice.
I just see a bedroll chuck out the back of the wagon,
Just like,
just rumbling around.
And I kind of stare.
found it.
I kind of stare at the bedroll.
it's sweat stain, my brother. It's a little grotesque. So, do you go retrieve coffee?
A thimble.
Just a little, huh?
It's a thimble.
I would ask, is it prepared? Or
No, it is
right.
not. It is
yeah.
raw.
All right. So you put some in what? A little pouch?
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Little vial from like some of my brewer supplies, or maybe hidden under my wagon.
Okay. A few moments later, Vogar comes out from the wagon, struts over to Daraguul, and hands him a small vial.
You look like shit. Here.
I want to take that and get on your game. We'll see what the speaker has to say, and depending, maybe we head north.
Yes,
Really do
Thank
look-
you. Thank
really-
you, small one.
Yeah, he did say thank you.
You're welcome. As a lawman, where do you stand in Yardoon? Just out of curiosity.
Well, lawman's a loose term. I
knew it.
I do a lot of law work, I guess. For the church, though. For the church.
The order.
I'm trying to, and like as I say this, I'm like already like
You just
in
go-
the border and vessel. You know, things are hard, but I'm trying to change.
Right.
As she says, go to the speaker. I think we should go ahead and head north.
What is that?
Oh, I'm impatient. I don't really like just sitting here waiting to listen to somebody. I say we should go ahead and head north.
I assure you that whatever he's going to say is probably prevalent to all of us. There's a reason why they've shut down the tradeway. And if we get to your friend and can't find him, we'll either have to bypass the gate, which will be dangerous as all hell, or, see when it's going to open. If you're afraid, I can go listen myself, of course. All quiet on this front, I see. Men.
At this point, is my beard like trimmed down by now? Like this guy's looking.
Did you
kinda
take care of it this
on point?
morning? Is what I would ask.
Well, I was trying to get Thala too.
Ah. So you're kind of like gesturing at your chin and stuff like that, and she looks over at you and just kind of gives you the eye. You think you can wait 5 more minutes? No,
I'll
you can't,
attend to
can you?
myself.
All right, get in the wagon. She takes you forcefully, tosses you up into the wagon, and begins to trim your beard. Rather briskly. A little harsh.
Ow.
There's a few snags. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. So sorry. And after a good 10 or so minutes, you're cleaned up, looking all right. About as best as you can. All right then. I say that we go give a listen, and maybe we head north. Maybe not. We'll see. Can't say that I trust this lot, and the other one looks like he's about to die. So she passes you, gets out of the wagon. I'm gonna go see what the speaker has to say. Anybody coming? Nope.
How long till we get to the speaker?
I have no idea. Probably as long as it takes for our feet to get us there, Honestly, you are very impatient. And she just turns and begins walking in that direction.
She gets like this at times. I hop down and follow her.
Nice shave.
So she begins walking. Who is anybody following her?
Yeah, I'll
I
follow.
guess I follow.
Yeah.
You guys catch up, and the the small halfling's not very imposing. The human is, among other humans. And then the half-orc catches up with Thala, and he's kind of an imposing figure, and those that are in the way begin to get out of the way, as he is not only a half-orc, but he looks like he's about to keel over. Daraguul, you've gotten kind of a hoarse cough at this point. Every few seconds or so, you can't help but to let it out. You also kind of put your arm in the way, big mucusy cough. You pull your arm away and you see speckles of red. You're starting to get a little worried. But you guys press on. Yep. You guys press on. Change up some music. You don't mind.
Good acting, by the way, with that cough.
Yeah. So you guys press on, and you eventually have to kind of come off the road, back on. Yeah, acting. And you start to make your way further. You eventually do see the Silver Gate in the distance, and quite a crowd has amassed about the place. You stand there for probably near an hour before you see any sign of anybody atop the gate. And you see humans, elves, a gnome, all in the colors of Yardoon, the deep green, black, and yellow. They begin to get atop the gate, and they're talking to one another. You can't hear them. They're kind of, over a crowd of people, but you can make them out. Well, any moment now, maybe he'll tell us what in the hell is going on here. And go ahead and everybody make me perception checks. Ian, unfortunately, I need to do with disadvantage.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Natty 7 and Natty 11. Let me see what this 7 is. You said perception?
Yes.
Okay,
This is
so
just
it's-
kind of a general listening about, seeing what people have to say type thing.
22.
22.
21.
Big Daddy number 2. And then Daraguul's over here coughing, and he got a
9.
a 9. So Vogar, Thala, and Honest. You guys have been, coming in and out of conversations with other people, talking and asking around. You're getting a lot of the same things. It seems that one of the Hillhammers was slain, but there was also murmurings that Dorothrok is asking that all natives start returning to the city. It's really all you got right now. A little bit of time passes. A man, older gentleman, steps up toward the crowd. And as he kind of clears his throat, his voice booms across the area. Even from this far back, you can hear it. You hear, "Quiet down all. Hear my words. 3 days ago, a Hillhammer was slain in Vesper. And just 2 days ago, Bartum Hillhammer was slain in the night in his quarters. Bartum was the head of his family, and now the rule of Dorothrok is in the hands of his children. They have sent word to Yardoon and the council that they have the assassin in custody," and he says that with kind of disdain. "And they believe it was the same man who killed both of the Hillhammers. Eximus of the Temple of Unmoving Faith of the Order of Ophius was caught inside Dorothrok trying to flee, and the Hillhammers now have him in custody. They are saying that he was sent by the council to perform this evil deed, and now Dorothrok threatens war against the province. All dwarves of Dorothrok have been ordered to return home, and at this time only those from the cities to the west and south will be allowed to travel onwards to Yardoon via the tradeway. The only exception for dwarven kind is if you have proper papers showing you own real estate in the cities beyond this gate. Otherwise, return home until the council and Dorothrok have come to a solution to this crisis. I apologize for the inconvenience, and to those who wish to travel forward, the gates will open and a checkpoint will be in place to verify you are who you are, and to also get your purpose of traveling west. Thank you all, and may the creators watch over us." And the man just kind of turns and abruptly walks away. Things are getting loud. Rowdy. People are yelling. A lot of the dwarves are upset and they're looking at the other races, giving the eyes. A good majority of the small folk begin to turn and head back east. But a lot of them do stay as well. Things are getting rowdy on the tradeway. People are starting to shove. Seems like a small riot may be breaking out. What do you guys do?
I kind of get close to Thala and whisper into her ear, I think we need to go.
I think you're right. But you notice as you say that, she's smiling. And she's looking at Vogar. You guys begin to kind of push back east toward the caravan?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Any conversation to be had on that travel back? Thala is walking next to Vogar.
I'm looking at Daraguul, see how he's looking.
Daraguul does not look good. He's coughing. What's your passive perception? 14?
Yes.
With a 14, you notice that his right arm that he keeps bringing up to kind of stifle the coughs, there's red droplets all up and down his sleeve. He does not look good.
I kind of walk up to Thala and Vogar and I said, I'm kind of like, are we going to travel north?
I'm not sure. Seems like the trade way be opening, but I don't have the proper papers. I think they'll let us through just because we ain't dwarves. We'll see. I say we get back to the caravan. We talk it over. All right?
Yes.
All right. And with that, let's go ahead and take our first break, guys. All right, guys. Sorry for the long break, but we are back. Justin's wife wanted to make tacos, so he was sent to the bedroom. It makes sense. It's okay. So you guys are making your way back to the caravan. What conversation is there to be had along the way? Behind you, there's a lot of commotion. People are fighting. Not like fisticuffing. But you know, a lot of arguing and things are going on. A lot of the dwarves are turning and heading back east. I think it's
at this point, I kind of pull my hood up.
You pull your hood up? Sure. I think this is the best thing that could have happened to us, Vogar. They're blaming this man, this Eximus.
I don't see how this couldn't work out perfectly. But just in case, by chance, do you have any paperwork that can get us through?
I think maybe, but I may be assuming, but I think our friend over there will be able to get us through. He's a native of Yardoon. But yes, we do have, well, my sister owns some real estate. Anything, we just drop her name, I'm sure they'll let us through. Plus, we're not dwarves, right?
That is correct.
Oh, this cough.
You, you begin to cough. And you're like, ooh, this cough. And you cough into your arm, but this time, vomit just kind of spills out over your arm. And it's not blood, it's some kind of black, goopy liquid.
So it got like all over my hand and arm, like it's like pretty visible for everyone.
Yeah.
I sort of just like sit there and kind of stare at it.
You guys notice that Daraguul stops and he's staring at his arm, and you see this black, mucusy liquid kind of pooling and dripping onto the ground. There's some people passing by that are noticing, but they kind of part the sea a bit, and they're giving you space. I don't want what he has, people are saying, and they just walk. Go ahead.
I pull up Thala like really close. It's like, I go, look.
Oh, look at me over here, not full screening. There we go.
Oh. I go, look, I know our destination is Yardoon, but I have it under...
Spit it
I know
out.
it's a far shot, but I think this Jedediah man can help our friend here. Please, I don't want to see him die.
What makes you think he's gonna die? Just withdrawal, I've seen it before.
Black ooze?
Look, friend, it's just withdrawal, right?
It's unlike any withdrawal I've ever felt before.
Great. Great. All right, then.
Fuck.
If you think this Jebediah can help, then I'm all about it, I guess. Vogar, what you thinking?
Well, and I kind of like whisper, since we're kind of in the clear, I guess we don't need to worry about rushing straight to Yardoon.
It's true, it's true.
So, he may be helpful along the way anyway, so.
I think he will be. Might even owe us a favor for getting him fixed.
So let's find this, Jebediah guy.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy traveling north through there. It's going to be dangerous. We've seen what lies in these woods.
Yeah, right now.
Daraguul, do you need some sleep before we go, or should we push on?
And I'm kind of like, my eyes are closed while I'm sitting there and like kind of like waving a little bit. No, let's push on.
Are you good for travel?
Of course. Don't I look good for travel?
No, you really don't. You really look like shit, I think. Beatrice, you guys.
I feel like shit.
You guys arrive back at the caravan, and she goes over to Beatrice. Now, I know he's stinky, but you're a strong goat. You think you can carry him, at least for a little while? Yes, I think Vogar's going to be very mad about it, I understand. But it's just for a little while. All right, Daraguul, you got a ride? Honest?
Oh, thank you.
Lead the way. Vogar, help him
All
out.
right.
We need to make sure we stay true north.
Okay.
Lock up the wagon. She begins to kind of pull down the sides, putting padlocks around it.
We can use my armor. It'll show me where true north is.
He's speaking about his armor like it's a damn compass now. He must be dying.
Just watch. Not like activate the armor.
And kind of a soft green mist kind of permeates from the armor and points due north. Well, that's nifty.
I'll
Yes.
look up to the sky and be like, son of a bitch.
This guy, right? He's full of surprises. Well, I say we head then. Losing our daylight.
Well, we should be on our way.
All right. Well, let's do it. You guys begin to head north into the Willow Woodlands. Not easy at first, but eventually it gets to a point where you can navigate it in a way. Vogar and Honest, you're up front. Beatrice is hanging back with Thala. Thala's walking alongside Daraguul, making sure he doesn't fall off the goat. Who would like to be, like, leading there in the front?
I'll take it.
The Ranger. Go ahead and give me a survival check. Honest, go ahead and give me a perception check.
12 plus 4 gives me a 16.
16. You're finding the paths, good sir. Your eyes are kind of low to the ground. You see the paths in front of you.
14.
14. Things are calm here. You're close to the tradeway. Daraguul, you know that typically close to the tradeway, nothing crazy happens. So you're feeling pretty okay about all things. Is there any talk to be had, or do we want to move forward in this day's travel?
You, Thala.
Yes?
Tell me. What exactly did you turn into back there? What was that?
She, blushes. Interestingly enough. I think that not everyone is actually what they appear on the surface. You know what I mean?
I think I know what you mean.
Vogar was nice enough to, accept me when he figured out what I was. It's nice to see that you haven't ran away. Maybe if you continue that for at least a little while, I'll tell you exactly what it is. But just know that, the other side of me can help kick some ass when it needs to.
Well, hopefully we don't need that other side, but I'd love to see it more.
You better be dying. she just kind of takes a couple steps ahead. Little blushing there. How's
I
it
make
going?
another foul joke in Orcish.
Does anybody speak Orcish? Just curious.
No, I don't.
Dirty bitch. She just kind of steps up a little bit in front of Beatrice, and Beatrice kind of shakes her head. But you guys continue. Up in the front, Honest, Vogar, any conversation to be had as you guys are navigating the woodlands best you can?
Is his leg already fully healed by now, or because of the cure hands? Or
He hasn't checked it. He's walking fine, but he hasn't checked it, and you haven't seen.
Honest, how's that wound of yours doing?
Huh? Oh, I haven't even looked. And I looked to check.
Completely healed. Not even a scar left behind.
I've never seen my ale heal something that well.
Damn good ale.
So, what takes you to Yardoon anyway? We haven't really had much to talk about since we got together.
Honestly, I don't know what brings me to Yardoon. Quite frankly, these past 3 days have been nothing but a swift kick in the balls.
Those do suck. But anyway, a man with no direction could be dangerous. Be careful.
Yes.
Choose the right path and walk it, like we are now. I just kind of like look down at the path.
Inspirational.
With low intelligence. Just
It's a decent enough path to walk, my friend, for sure. You guys, so when I'm saying like Vogar and Honest, they're finding trails, it's not really trails. It's just the easiest way to move through the thick foliage and, you know, avoid the thorns and all the nasty things about this part of
like
the woodlands. Yeah.
It's like passable, like walk spaces.
Yeah. So the Willow Woodlands in recent history, it was once kind of a magnificent magical place, you know? Bright and happy. Daraguul, you have witnessed the change of the forest. The deeper you go, the darker it gets. The skies grow gray and it is prone to rain often. As you guys press through this day, that's kind of what's beginning to happen. The ground is growing slick, the air is growing cold, and rain comes sporadically. The sky, as I said, it's turning gray. You guys get through a good, I'd say about 6 hours of travel. Getting a little tired. You've been pushing due north. Haven't seen any signs of life other than the odd creature. What'd you guys like to do?
around what time of day is it?
If you had to guess,
6 hours.
you had
Probably
to
hard
guess
to tell
six.
because of the rain, right?
It's with the rain it is hard, but if you had to guess about the time that you left, it's only probably noon, 1 o'clock. Judging that the sun comes up this time of the year in Alora around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So probably noon, 1 o'clock at this point.
So honest about this Jebediah. Do you have any clue whereabout he may be?
No, unfortunately.
You just know that he's in the forest then, eh? This is a big
Yes.
forest. The fucking Willow Woodlands, honest. How did you know, So, I'm having a hard time here. And she's been kind of getting aggravated as you go, because you guys have seen no life or anything. You say he's a friend, right? Visited your home, and, just where was that home?
A Temple of Ophius to the east.
And she kind of stops. The same one that Eximus runs?
Yes.
The man they're saying that killed 2 of the Hillhammers.
Yes.
Well, that's all fine and dandy, I guess. Huh. And she just continues walking.
I know nothing of my master's intentions.
I hope not.
If that's what you're...
Hey, to
Coming to
each
the
his own.
conclusion,
Whatever skeletons are in your closet, you can keep them there if you like. She's just kind of pushing up. Daraguul, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Hey! It's a natty 18 plus 4, so 22.
Good. All right. With that,
Sick boy is wise boy.
Sick Boy is feeling a little bit better. This whole time, while riding on Beatrice for the past 6 or so hours, you felt this weight on your chest that just was unrelenting. Almost like things were crawling all over you, just trying to find a way in, but in this moment, it has lifted. You feel a little better. Not great. You feel a little better. Almost like you could maybe walk on your own 2 feet.
This must be what dying is like. I must be dying.
Fella stops. What are you talking about?
I believe that I'm dying.
Well, you look like you're dying.
I kind of look at her like really stern.
Are you being
Would you
serious?
mind?
Yes, I believe that I'm dying.
Should we hold the eulogy now or wait until you actually hit the mud?
Would you mind getting off Beatrice then?
Yes.
Beatrice stops and's leaning over on 2 hooves trying to get you off.
I would not want to die on your goat. So I stand up and get off her.
And you're feeling okay in the moment. What would you guys like to do? Like I said, you've been traveling a while. A little bit of convo. We pressing on?
And you said there is no life at all.
You notice the odd animal, but the deeper you go, the more sparse that becomes. Daraguul, you know that this is pretty common. Those creatures, those bone needles that you've been having to deal with, they are, predators, and they've been killing a lot of the, the odd animal, the deer, squirrels, things like that.
The bone needles that hunting, they kill off a lot of the wildlife. They're predators of sorts, hunters.
So we're walking into their territory then.
We could be.
Well, let's hope we don't encounter them.
With me being along the tradeway in the forest for 3 months, maybe I have an inkling as to maybe places I've been and know where Jebediah isn't located. Because obviously I don't know where he's at, but I know where he's not at.
So you have been traveling here for 3 months. And you've been to a lot of interesting little locations within the Willow Woodlands. Now that you're feeling better, you start to think. And you think of the name Jebediah. You've never heard of that. But you're starting to think maybe you came across several, cabins and houses and things that are out in these woods. And in this kind of the region that you're in right now, you can think of 2 or 3 that may be it. As you pass through, you saw no signs of life at either, or at any of them.
I think I might have a lead. I'm feeling a little better and thinking clearer.
Go and roll me an intelligence check. Trying to pinpoint your locations, see which one of those locations are the closest.
It's a natty 8 plus just intelligence roll.
Yep, just straight up intelligence.
7.
So with a 7, you know what you know. You came across a small house that was almost amid a marsh in the woodlands. Another one that you came across was a small cabin that was flanked by this ruined, what do you call it? Like a clockwork tower. What do you call that? Big tower with the fucking clock in it. Clock tower?
Clock tower?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
clock
There you
tower.
go. Kind of a ruined clock tower. And then the other location that you came through that was near here was a ruined village. Something that people definitely had left long ago. A lot of the huts and small buildings were all, full of moss and debris. You found an infestation of those bone needles there, cleared them out best you could. So, there's a place with a watchtower. And then there's a cabin amid the marsh, and then there's that village. That's the 3 locations that are close to where you're at.
As I've taken my travels over these past few months, there are 3 locations he may be. I've not investigated them, is what I mean. There's a cabin amongst a marsh, a watchtower of sorts, and then a small ruined village covered in moss.
Well,
It could-
honest, any of
them
those
sound
seem-
like somewhere your friend be living.
I think back to the conversation with the old man.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't specify a tower or anything. He just said due north.
He did, yes.
Oh, he did?
No, he did. He said just due north.
Oh.
That's all he said.
You know your
just-
friend well, right?
Not too well. It's been a
Hmm.
couple years.
Are you leading us out here just because? You one of them weird killers that just lures his prey out into the woods and fucks with them before killing them?
What? No.
I was just checking.
You
So-
can probably, when I hear that, you can probably feel the tension that I'm like letting off. Why are you taking us so far out here then?
And I finally, I kind of finally get frustrated because I was told he could save you.
Save who? This one?
The half orc.
By who?
Who might have said that?
All right. So, what I'm gonna say is gonna sound ridiculous. You're probably gonna think I am psychotic, and you're probably just gonna leave me to die. But you know what? So be it.
And you guys
I've
are
been-
just 1 second. You guys are walking as you were saying this.
I stopped.
You- Well, that's what you're about to do. You're walking and you're kind of your hands are going out. You're talking with them, and you're like, you're gonna think that I'm crazy. And as you kind of like throw that hand out, turn about to face the party, about to just tell them everything, your hand hits something. The rest of you, there's a canopy above you. The closest tree's kind of blocking what's just ahead, and you move a little forward. Honest, you turn to the right where your hand just touched something and you look up and you see a grotesque sight. A willow tree with several hanged men and women in it. Long dead. Is Jebediah one of those that lures people out into the forest and kills them?
Or is honest?
I hope not.
Thala takes a involuntary step backwards.
I unsheath my my greatsword. Just because. Because why not?
You think you want to spill those beans now? You notice that it's very cold here. You notice that you can see your breath.
Look, I was just told that this man, this Jebediah, could save Daraguul's life
Why?
from whatever it is.
You've yet to answer that question. Who told you that?
I'm coming
The
across a bit
fucking
dodgy.
drow elf who blew up my temple.
There's no need to yell.
Thala's looking at you dumbfoundedly.
You get quite emotional, don't you, human?
Yes, and I finally take off my I take off my robe and I just throw it down.
You're just kind of pacing at this point, back and forth, letting off the steam.
When did you speak to this drow elf?
Last night in a dream. Yes, I know, psychotic. I get it. But listen, Daraguul, in a few days, you're going to die.
I knew it. I knew I was dying.
But if we get you to this Jebediah, he said he could save you.
You've already seen me dead. It must be true.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Daraguul, have you been sharing your with Honest?
Honest, are you a user as well?
No. It's been
No.
off.
It's not a problem, really. We don't judge. And she looks at Vogar for kind of, reassurance. We don't judge, really.
No.
I'm frustrated at this point. I punch a tree.
You go over and you punch the nearest tree hard. Roll strength check.
Oh God.
It's a dead body.
I have a -2 to that.
Awful violent today.
11.
11, you walk over to the nearest tree and you hit it. And your fist kind of goes through it. You pull back, and you have this kind of black viscous goop on your fingers. You start to hear...
Ah, fuck. What the hell is that?
Your head turns up, Honest. There's a hanged man above you. Those eyes are moving, but as if they're seeing nothing. You hear it again, that... and it's louder. Many of these hanged men and women are swaying now. You guys are all seeing it in this clearing. Lots of them. They're moving. Their hands are popping, cracking, going up toward the ropes. Grabbing them, clawing at them.
I think we need to move.
Beatrice, come to me.
She comes to you.
Can I get a body count?
Roll perception check. Taking a quick look.
11 plus 2, 13.
With a 13 mini, between 6 and 8 on each of the willow trees in this open area. You can see them for quite a ways.
Many.
Very many.
I think we need to move.
Honest, you kind of take a step back. The one above you hear a snap. The string rips and it falls to the ground in a heap. That sound, you start to hear all about the area. You're watching as several of these creatures are hitting the ground. They're getting up, but unnaturally. They seem to be a lot quicker than you may have gave them credit for. What do you guys do?
When I hear the first snap, I kind of make a plain face and I sheath my greatsword.
Uh-huh.
I run.
I mount Beatrice.
You mount Beatrice. You begin running Daraguul. Thala mounts Beatrice as well. Honest, what do you do?
I'm sprinting.
In what direction are you guys wanting to run?
Away. I don't know if that helps you, but away.
Will you allow
you were
quick
heading,
survival?
Yes, I will. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Give me a survival check to determine the best path.
18 plus 4, 22.
With a 22, you turn and you head south. All of you trying to keep pace with one another, but that goat's pretty damn fast. Daraguul,
Yes, she
Honest,
is.
you are trying to keep up, but you notice these, we'll call them undead decorations, were all about this area high up in the trees, and they are dropping all about you. Daraguul, two of them hit the ground on your right. They jump up fast. What you notice is that kind of gaze that is looking nowhere. The head's at an awfully wrong angle. It's lumbering toward you, but what is terrifying is the rope is moving upon its own accord. All of you start to notice this. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Would be Beatrice for me.
Yes. If you are on top of Beatrice, she's the one making the dex save for you and Thala. Thanks for letting me remember that. 16. So we are looking for a 10, 11, 12, 13.
17.
We're looking for a 13 is what we're looking for, guys.
17. Okay, I pass.
You're gonna love this.
Yeah?
Oh gosh.
What'd you get?
I rolled a natty 1 -1.
All right. So the goat passed.
Yes, 17.
What's the goat's speed? 40?
50.
50. The goat is bounding. There's some way to top it, so the speed's more like 30 at the moment, but it is going as quick as it can. Honest, you were dodging these ropes, kind of bobbing and weaving, but you look back toward Daraguul for just a moment, and you watch two ropes grab his ankles and pull. He hits the ground hard. Two of the creatures running up to attack him.
I go back and try to save him.
You turn and you run toward the two creatures. What would you like to do? They're in front of you. You stand there, kind of protective-like.
I guess I'm gonna try and pop them.
All right, there's one to your left and one to your right. Daraguul, those ropes that are around your ankles, they burn. Not dealing any significant damage, but you can definitely tell.
These ropes, they sear my flesh.
An 11.
An 11?
For the first hit, yeah.
An 11 just hits.
Woo.
And were you going after the one on the left or the right?
My first hit is the one on the left. I'm going to go ahead and spend a key point to do flurry of blows.
All right.
And so I'm going to hit the second one, or I'm going to hit the one on the left twice.
All right.
And then I'm going to hit the one on the
right
once. And
right
then
ahead.
So I'm going to go ahead and do the damage for the first one.
All right.
Or for the first hit. 6 bludgeoning.
All right. 6 bludgeoning. Crack it. You kind of level the head back in the direction it should be. It goes upright, but then kind of falls to the other side. It actually tumbles fully off onto the ground, but the creature is still moving, and so is the rope.
So this next hit is going to go towards the one on the left as well.
All right.
Ooh, that's a natty 1.
A natty 1. With a natural 1, you go to hit the one on the left again, but a rope comes and curls itself around your right arm, pulling you toward the creature on the right.
I'm going to take my last hit, and I'm going to try and crack it.
The one on the right?
Yeah.
All right.
19 plus 5?
Yes.
4 bludgeoning damage.
To the one on the right, correct?
Yeah.
You hit this one kind of in the chest. Your fist goes through it, comes back out. There's scratches all over your hand, but you notice that rope is still around your right hand, and it is burning. Is that kind of all you're going to do here? Is that all you got for a turn's economy?
It's all I really can do.
All right, Daraguul, you're on the ground. There's ropes around you. Your friend came back to save you. You watch as the goat continues to get further away. What would you like to do?
Going to try and take out my great sword and cut the ropes.
Sure. Go ahead and roll damage for me. It's not hard to hit them. They're attached to you.
Five plus 3 plus 4. So 8 and 4 is 12.
12. All right. With 12, you slice through the ropes and are able to stand.
Oh,
Honest,
cool.
Honest has one around his right arm.
I can move to him, but I don't have any more attacks. If this is a pearl,
Yeah. It's kind of kind
like
of
out of initiative.
I'm
but
bouncing
there's, like, an
around, giving
initiative.
people a turn, essentially.
Yeah, I'll move towards him.
You move toward him, the creature's getting closer, arms outstretched. Meanwhile, Vogar, Thala. Thala has began to open fire with her longbow, turned around on Beatrice and shooting these creatures who are meandering toward you. What are you doing, Vogar?
Basically, I'm trying to see how far back are we, or how far ahead of are we?
You're about 2 turns away from those two at the moment.
And any of the other creatures in this general area currently?
Several, all around you.
Several.
It's hard
All
to,
right,
because of the adrenaline and everything going, it's hard to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know,
Okay.
it's lots. Lots of them are around you, and you are noticing that the ropes that are around their neck, they're anywhere from 7 to 20 feet long, and they are moving on their own accord, and they're kind of reaching out towards you like hands trying to grab you.
Basically, I'll just kind of pull on Beatrice,
Sure.
turn her back around,
Uh-huh.
to head back towards the group.
And as you do, there are several that were behind you, but Beatrice lowers her head and begins to crash through them, limbs and things flying all about. It doesn't take you long to get back to the group, but beforehand, honest Daraguul, what do you do to the 2 that are around you?
I just continue to crack at the guy at the one that has a rope around me.
Go right ahead, roll an attack. Daraguul, if you would like to roll an attack as well, you can.
Yeah, I want to wait until I want to see if
Sure.
he can break
Sure.
Ooh,
himself.
natural 20.
All right. Left or right? The one on the right has you grappled.
Yeah, the one on the right. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
the one I'm going.
Go right ahead.
So 3 on the dice roll, so 6 plus 3, 9 bludgeoning damage.
With 9, you kind of hit to the side of the hole that you have already left, but then kind of rip it out to the side, severing the upper torso. It falls to the ground, and the rope goes slack. There's still the one on the left, and several more amassing around you. Daraguul, you do notice that the goat is heading back in your direction.
Come, we should head towards the goat.
Agreed.
And he's not grappled anymore, right?
Nope. If you guys would like to turn and meet the goat, you can.
I want to try and grab him.
You grab him, you turn, and
hurry
you are
along.
running. The creatures are moaning and groaning, traveling much faster than what these dead corpses should be able to. You guys kind of hit together, and you begin to look around, and they are circling you. I think we have a big problem. Big problem.
I think we do.
She hops off Beatrice, and you can hear the cracking of her bones as she begins to change.
Oh.
A couple moments later, she steps forward into the fray and starts to grab these creatures, like using them as weapons, hitting them. The ropes are coming all around her. Fight or flight, fellas.
Come, boys. Let us fight. And I up with the great sword and run in.
Yeah.
You rush
Yeah, I
into the
go in
fray.
too.
Honest rushes into the fray. What about Vogar?
Oh, hell, why not?
And you
Pull out
rush
both axes.
into the fray. With that, we do need to roll initiative.
I'm still mounted to Beatrice.
You can stay on Beatrice,
For
no
now.
problem, no problem.
For now.
Oh,
Honest, what'd you get, bud?
15 plus 2.
a natty 2023.
Vogar and Beatrice?
17.
17, Vogar, Beatrice, Thala got ew. Okay. And then Daraguul.
7 minus 1 is 6.
Hey, you're sharing initiative with Thala.
Hey.
At the top of initiative, Honest, you are rushing into the fray. There are creatures all around you. 2 of them do step up, kind of meeting you head on.
I'm gonna punch the one to the left and use my bonus action to kick the one on the right.
Sure.
Don't want to spend all my key points.
You act like this is a dire situation of sorts.
10.
A 10 misses. 11's what you're looking for.
Gotcha. I'm gonna spend my bonus action to kind of roundhouse kick, or try and roundhouse kick the one on the right.
Sure.
16 plus 5. There we go. 21. That's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
So sure of yourself.
So sure.
7 bludgeoning damage.
7.
Must have had the high ground.
With the kick, you manage to knock the shoulder and head off of this one, but it is still very much alive. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Does a 12 hit you?
No.
What about a 16?
No.
The 12 and a 16 misses. You dodge 2 of the ropes as they come out, trying to wrap around your neck and your torso. You're good for the moment. Vogar and Beatrice. You head straight on into a pack of 2 of these things that are right in front of you. What would you like to do?
Basically, Beatrice is going to take her charge action.
Sure, she runs in.
And assuming I can attack one to the left or right.
Whichever one you like.
After the right.
Sure, so she goes charging in on the one on the left. I'm going to control Beatrice a little bit for you here. She kind of gores it, pushing it back into a few more, trying to give you room.
11 plus... Sorry. 11 plus 4 is 16, or 15, sorry.
15 hits.
Dealing 3 damage. Oh, 5 damage.
All right. And this is with what kind of weapon?
This is my hand axe. Slashing.
Hand axe. So it comes down, the arm leeches out. You manage to chop it off at the forearm, but the creature is still coming after you. Anything else with your turn?
I'll have to end my turn for now.
I hate to say this because it sounds condescending, but does a natural 20 hit you?
Oh, absolutely it does.
You son of a bitch.
One of the hands gets lopped off, but then the other comes out, scraping across your face, dealing 8 points of slashing damage. It goes top of the forehead all the way down into your chest, leaving deep grooved lines. You can feel the sting and the warm blood coming down your face.
Nice.
Thala is doing her best to attack as many of these creatures as she can. She seems to be trying to open up a hole. Daraguul, it is your turn.
I move swiftly to the closest undead.
Not hard to do. You take a few steps and it's right there. They're closing in around you.
And I attack with the great sword.
This is a great sword, and you're doing sweeping strikes, I would assume.
It's
correct?
a pure 20.
It's a pure 20. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and smite while we're out here doing these things.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Smite out.
All
I
right.
was wondering when that was going to come.
So 5. I reroll 1s and 2s. 3, 8. So 8.
Do you want me to write this stuff down? 8.
My smite damage 5 and 2 is 7, and because I'm a half orc, I get a critical. I roll another damage.
Yeah.
So I'm very crit heavy in my build. So that's 5 more plus 4 for my strength modifier.
Good lord. All right, so as you start to swing this blade, radiant energy begins to alight on its surface, and runes that you did not know were there begin to glow as you start to cleave through multiple of these enemies. You're clearing a path in front of Thala. You see a way out. It may be closing shortly. Anything else with your turn?
No, we got that. I can move further into the path that's clear.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
As you do, I'm assuming that a 6 does not hit you.
No,
and a 13 does not hit you, right?
It does not, no.
And a 9 does not hit you.
No, it does not.
You're pushing through, and it's more like the arms and the appendages are coming out trying to grab you. Ropes are trying to grab you. You're fending them off with your hand, with your sword. You're trying to make a path to get out. Honest, what would you like to do, sir? You see a path being made by Thala and Daraguul.
I look around and I'm kind of, I want to help them try and punch a way through.
So you're heading in that direction, so how it would be is you'll run up kind of past Thala onto the left flank of Daraguul, and you're handling it on that side. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. Let's see how good you're doing here. Misses are bad.
Natural 20.
Natural 20s are really good in this situation. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hold on a minute. Since I'm saying I'm using my fists, so that would be 6 additional 9 bludgeoning.
So you come through and you are punching and kicking and Superman punching your way on the left flank, clearing the path. Everyone, I'm assuming, Vogar, are you heading in that way?
Absolutely.
On Beatrice, you start to head through the path. Thala is coming up on the side, pushing them away. You guys begin to run, but you quickly realize whoever was in front there, who wants to be leading the pack? Is it Beatrice?
I mean, she's faster, so
she
could easily be able to catch up.
You get in the front, and Vogar, you're starting to realize that these creatures are all around you, and they are funneling you into despair. You guys kind of go out into a glade, and there's dozens of them. They're slowing, and they're just kind of standing there about. Oh, what happened there?
Uh-oh.
Who did we lose? Jay, you still there, bud?
Can you? Hello?
You're cutting in and out a little bit. Camera went off, but are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Good, then we'll finish this little thing before we go to a break and figure out what in the hell happened to your camera. You guys are pushing through. Things are starting to look really bad, and you are fighting the best you can, taking scrapes and bruises, but you know you can't do it for long. But you hear something. Daraguul, you sense something.
Daraguul.
Daraguul. You sense something. Someone of the light. Almost like a fellow man of the cloth. You can just sense their presence sometimes. Anybody need a healer? And you look over to the side and you see this old man on this very slow horse come kind of walking in. And he's holding out this holy symbol, and white light is protruding? Yeah, from it. And these creatures are kind of cowering away and beginning to run.
Son of a bitch.
This happens
Jambalaya.
for a moment. And all the creatures begin to run. Come on this way! And he turns on his horse and very slowly begins to kind of gallop off.
What the fuck?
And again, I show that kind of plain face and just sheath my sword slowly.
You coming? And he's getting
Beatrice.
farther away.
Follow the old man.
You guys begin to follow the old man, the creatures looking very afraid to even push near him. And with that, let's go ahead and take another break. You guys just had an encounter with some hanged men and women. They seemed very intent upon killing you, and an old man on a very old horse came running in slowly and pushed them back with some sort of magic? ? You guys are following him currently. He sped up a bit, and you guys have traveled without much talk for the better part of the last 30 minutes. You break through some willow trees into a marsh. He's kind of following the ground and trying not to get into the sludge, but you see a small cabin ahead. Gets to the other side, hops down off of his horse slowly. Got a slight hunch to his back. Pulls a stick out of kind of a side holster on the horse and begins to use it as a walking stick. Well, howdy.
Thank you for your help. We were in a bit of
No, it's
trouble.
fine. I've been meaning to cut the grass over there for a while. Y'all really helped me do it. Not a problem. Don't get me any visitors either. Want some tea?
What?
What do you mean, what? Are you deaf? Do you want tea?
I'll have tea.
Tea sounds good.
Yes.
He
sure,
starts,
sure.
like, walking.
Apologize for my rudeness.
Beatrice, you interested?
Hey, hairy one, maybe recluse yourself, he says toward Thala. She begins to change back.
I love it when she does that.
She's kind of breathing hard, and she's like, go fuck yourself.
I'll make another foul joke in Orcish.
I'm gonna learn Orcish, you bitch. You just wait. And she begins to kind of walk. You be Jebediah then, she says over you. What was you saying?
I'll say, old one, do you have spirit for your tea?
Maybe. I'll look in the cellar. He starts walking into the house. Come on in, make yourself at home.
Right.
He goes into the
So,
house. Yeah. The screen door kind of slams behind him. You guys are right outside.
Honest, is this Jebediah? Or is this a weird, creepy guy where we're gonna get murdered?
Let's hope that he's Jebediah.
What do you mean, let's hope?
Met Jebediah? For a man named Honest, I don't feel like you are so honest.
I know.
I know.
I know. You don't know this Jebediah at all, do you?
Look, he said he would save you.
You're an untrustworthy son of a bitch.
And on that last word, bitch, Daraguul, everything that was in your stomach just comes out onto the ground.
Ugh. No, that's quite unsettling.
You start to hear your heartbeat in your ears. You start to get tunnel vision. You take a step. The rest of you hear glasses clinking. I got the tea! And he comes walking out, and Daraguul, through the haze, you see that bobbling medallion necklace on his chest, and it hurts to look at. So much so that you take one step back and then fall down into blackness. You don't look so good. May want to carry him in the house.
Listen,
That's 'cause
listen,
he's
just
an orc.
listen. Just ask me answer me this old.
You gonna slow down and talk to me?
Are you Jebediah?
Yeah.
Oh, listen. Can you help him? He is sick.
I can see that. Bring him in the house. Give him some tea or something.
I'm dying.
I rush over.
I'm dying. This is what dying is like.
I rush over to help him.
Thala comes over and begins to pick up Daraguul and starts to carry him toward the house. You guys go up the steps, and they are not very sturdy. They're very dry-rotted. Vogar, you have no problem. You don't weigh a lot. You guys get up and kind of go through the screen door. It's kind of, it's very small, little cabin. It's a very open room. You can see a bed, bookshelf, small little writing desk. Everything's kind of old and dusty. Very old man, not kept to cabin. You guys kind of pulled Daraguul through the threshold. And Daraguul, you passed out for a moment, but your eyes come back open as you pass that threshold. And this place is hot. It burns to be in. Your ears are ringing. Just sitting down over there.
What? You don't need to yell.
I'm not yelling.
He's right, Daraguul. He isn't yelling.
You guys kind of take him and sit him in a chair in the corner.
I start like stripping my armor off.
You're like pulling your armor off?
Like not correctly, like just trying to
Thala's
rip it
trying
off.
to help you. As she does, she gasps and takes a step away. As you get the kind of the top pieces off. Through his, what are you wearing, like a tunic, undershirt?
Yeah, so it's a tunic covered by Shit. Would say it was splint or
I think you're wearing splint. Chain. No, you're wearing chain.
chain. Yeah,
So they
it's
pull
chainmail.
lift the chain up over your head, and she drops it, takes a step back. You're kind of V-neck tunic. You guys can see it. You can see like the veins and stuff are kind of popping out. His skin's real blotchy, and they're pulsating like the veins, and you can see it in his forehead, his arms. It's all kind of pulsating really fast. No big throbbing dick references or anything there, Ian. I saw your mind working. Anyways.
My mind's making a joke in Orcish.
yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. This can't be good.
I told you I was dying.
You sure look like it. You want some tea? And he kind of starts to hobble.
Give me the damn tea.
Starts to hobble forward, and you can see that symbol kind of moving back and forth, and it burns the closer that it gets. You guys watch Daraguul's face. It starts to smoke. The man stops and takes a step back. Huh. That's interesting. He turns and he grabs a small chair and drags it to the other side of the room and sits down. Looks over at you, Daraguul, head cocked. Tell me, been bit by any spiders lately? Snakes?
No snakes. Not really a spider, I guess.
Bad cheese? Anything weird?
I suppose you do what you must in the woods.
Is that a yes? And
no.
He like reaches over to the writing desk and grabs a piece of parchment and a quill. He starts to write. Been out of the continent last few months?
No, I've been mostly in the Willow Woodlands.
Haven't been traveling abroad, huh? I hear
Not
they got
very
some
much.
weird stuff cross sea there. All right. Just one more question. Came into contact with any demons and or dark spirits?
Yeah, why, yes, I have.
I think we're getting somewhere. Huh. Tell me, does this hurt? And he stands up and he starts to walk, and he's holding that chain out towards you, and your skin starts to like, oh, okay. All right. Tell me, who in the hell are you people? And why did you bring a possessed man into my home?
We were hoping you could save him, I blurred out.
You did invite us.
You all right? I did invite you, but I'm starting to feel really dumb about that decision. Then he turns and he hobbles over and gets back in his chair. Yeah, he's possessed, it seems.
Can you unpossess him?
No. And he stands up and he starts walking toward the door. I think it's time y'all left. He holds it open.
We were told by a drow that you were able to help.
Sure. Pigs fly and all that. Y'all can get the fuck out of my house now.
Exercise me, damn you! I kind of like fall out of the chair.
And you're spitting up and puking on yourself. You're sweating. It's not good. Yeah. No. I'm sorry.
I get down on my hands and knees. I'm like, look, whatever you want. We'll get it. We just save him, please.
I have everything that I could ever want. And a little too much at the moment. And get the fuck out of my house. And he's like pointing and gesturing. I don't do this kind of work anymore.
Well,
So
I don't
can't.
ever get on my knees and beg. But here I am.
That's a problem, sir. Maybe try it more often. Out. And he's just kind of pointing. Honest, I would say that in this moment of trying to grasp for things, the drow man did tell you something of importance to tell to this man. Ooh, yeah, notes.
Do you remember what it was?
Do you?
Looking for my notes.
Because
Well, anyway,
it's
how does
because
this
it's
tea
2:40 a.m. You go over and you grab the tea. It's like water. Not that good. You see some floating leaves in it.
So it's like the purest form of tea.
For sure.
Leaves and water.
What the man told you is that if Jebediah was to help your friend Daraguul, that his debt to fear would be repaid.
Listen, if you do this, your debt to fear will be paid. I just blurt out.
He looks at you for a long time. Finally lets the door kind of creak shut. How do you know that?
That's what the old man said.
Old
That's
man,
all I
huh?
know.
I'm an old man. Not very many of us out here. Huh. Fear, you say?
Just a crafty old drought bastard, that's all I know. Can you save him or not?
He looks at you hard. Very hard. Alright, rest of y'all get out of here. Hey you, dying one. Sit up in that chair for a moment.
Of course. Give me just a second.
Go on now. Yep, elven woman, little dwarf guy, get the fuck out. You?
I'm a halfling. But
Yep,
that's
sure
fine.
you are. Sure you are. Now get the fuck out.
Beatrice is better company anyway.
Goat can stay.
Ooh.
Y'all hungry? And he kind of looks at the goat.
No, Beatrice, come with me.
That's what
No
I thought.
button tonight.
Yeah, y'all three just hang out outside. He waits for you guys to leave. If you do. Do you guys leave?
We do.
He shuts the door. The screen door. The other door's kind of cracked. Alright, Orc Man. Just, why don't you tell me what happened? Huh?
Well, it was a few days ago.
Keep the puke on your shirt. Hold on. And he,
So, like,
he
just
grabs a
roll
wood,
it out.
he grabs a wooden bowl and brings it over. Yeah, just put it in there.
I like start to puke and I drop the bowl.
You a dirty son of a bitch.
We traveled to this cave, you see.
Uh-huh. Where?
In the woods.
Yeah, we're
In
I
these
live in the
woods.
goddamn woods. You want to point me in a direction?
Yes, south of here.
South. All right. You went into a cave south of here. Uh-huh.
Yes, it was Takasi.
Tahuti? Can.
No, I don't have the notes in front of me right now.
Katakis.
Katakis.
I feel like
It
you're getting
was-
close to something. You trying to say cat takis?
Yes, Katakis. It was outside the Katakis River.
Yeah. That's goddamn unfortunate. You trying to tell me that cat takis is jumped your bones?
She couldn't keep her hands off me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Uh-huh. That's a problem. Don't die. And he turns and he starts walking toward the door and walks out onto the porch.
And I kind of like mutter to myself, I'm like, I'm dying.
Hey,
This is
just
what's
got a
happening.
couple questions. Did y'all go in a cave?
Yes.
Uh-huh, close to the a river.
The Katakis River.
Yeah, that one. Did you see a ghost?
Something like that.
Huh. Did you happen to get anything from there?
I pull out the like steak.
Huh. Might work. He holds his hand out.
I hand it to him.
He turns and goes back in the door. Hey, you alive?
Yeah, did you
Oh,
say something?
you're alive. He tosses something toward you.
It hits me.
Do you? It hits you and kind of drops on the floor. Hey,
Mhm.
pick that up.
And I kind of lumber down and pick it up.
As you touch it with your fingertips, you hear a ghastly scream in your mind, and then you kind of jarringly rip away from it. Well, that's good. All right, hey, try and sleep for a little bit. All right.
Yes.
He walks
I
over.
immediately pass out and fall forward.
You just kind of fall onto the floor, and you roll off of the stake that you landed on. He picks it up and walks over to the porch, and then out. This might work. So, what brings you to these parts? Comes out and sits on a chair next to you three, and the goat.
I look over to Honest. Well,
Old man, huh? Drow?
Yes.
I don't know any
like,
drow.
I say it like disgusted, like I'm just absolutely thoroughly disgusted just thinking about him.
He stands up and, interesting. He kind of paces in front of you, Honest. And he kind of turns toward you really fast, and he thrusts out the symbol. Be gone! Worth a try.
What?
And he turns and he goes and sits down. You one of those, changers like her? Is that your real face? Don't lie to me now.
What? Yes, this is my real face. I'm
roll
human.
Roll a persuasion check.
A natty 1.
I don't believe you. You one of them, doppelgangers?
What? No.
Yeah, face changers.
No, I'm honest. I
was always curious. Does the bits down below change depending on if you go toward the male or the female?
What?
these are really good questions.
Do you not know how to answer common questions? Let's start with this. What's your name?
My name's Honest.
No, you're not being honest. What's your goddamn name?
No, my name. My actual name is Honest.
Who in the hell would name a boy Honest? Especially
You
one that
tell
lies all the
me,
goddamn
I was an
time.
orphan at a monk. Or I was orphaned at a monastery.
Sure you was. Give me another persuasion check.
That's much better. Let's see. Persuasion. It's an unnatural 20. Unnatural.
My eyes are on you, boy. Oh, y'all other two. Hey, your hair's leaking, little guy.
It does that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. A new shape changer. Story? None. One for you. All right, then. Your friend in there, he's gonna die. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. I think if we was to go through the process, he'd die during it. So, you wanna go say goodbye to him and all that? Maybe we make him some, dinner? And he looks over toward the goat.
I get angry. I go, what? No, listen, that fucking disgusting.
That is your friend
Evil-hearted.
in there. Why are you talking about him like that?
No, I'm talking about that damn drow elf, that old man that made me blow up my temple, killed my sister. No, fuck that elf and fuck you too. And
Cool. Cool. I just thought the cleric was trying to save my life, but cool.
He smiles at
Look
this
over.
this outrage. Hey, dwarf guy. The young, right? He gets so hot-headed.
He does. Humans.
I mean, listen.
Ooh.
Let me lay it out for you. Your friend might die if we try to get that thing out of him. That's just plain of it.
Can you keep it in him under control?
Only he has the power to do that, and as you can see and hear, and you guys hear kind of the vomiting going on and the dry heaving, he's not doing a really good job, and I think she wants him. Like, wants him, his body.
That doesn't sound good.
Nah, not really. And even if I do get it out, then we still have to deal with her. Big problem.
It's her that ghost.
Yep. She's gonna come out and say hi. And then you're gonna be like, oh, Mr. Jebediah, what we gonna do? And I'm gonna be like, I don't fucking know. I'm old, I don't fight no more.
Well, I think me and Beatrice could go find some supplies somewhere while you...
Right, yeah. And he kind of leans over you. You might want to get out while you can. Things about to start happening. And he kind of backs up. Hey, you came all this way. If a debt can be paid, I can try. He kind of stands up, hobbles to the door and opens it. Hey you! You dead yet?
No, I'm not dead.
Hey, so listen, I can try to help, but it's probably gonna kill you in the process. Is that a thumbs up or a thumbs down situation?
I'm dying anyways.
And as you're laying there on the floor, your holy symbols kind of fell out from your shirt. Oh, man of the cloth, huh? Why didn't you tell me? And he comes walking in. Which one? And he gets close. Ezran! Kind of a punk-ass religion, but that's alright. I follow Palor myself. He kind of sits down in front of you. This ain't gonna be easy. What's your name, boy?
Daraguul.
Daraguul. Scary name.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Daraguul.
Yeah, them your friends out there?
Yes, yeah, they're friends, of course.
I believe that. Anyway, like I said, I got an item that apparently this chickie don't like. It's enough to perform the ritual. Like I said, it might kill you. It's up to you.
Well, I'm either dying slow or dying fast, so let's get on with it.
All right. Hey, y'all young, spry individuals, come pull this man in the middle of the room.
Fine.
Thala walks in with you.
Stay out here. I don't trust him and you.
I don't want you to see this.
He kind of points you guys into where he wants them. Daraguul, you're pulled into the center of the room. He pulls out some chalk and starts to draw on the wooden floors around you, kind of encircling you in this chalk circle. All right, boy. The honest one. I need you to keep a hold of that thingy there. He points toward the shit.
Steak.
The steak.
I pick it up.
Starts to look around. Usually they light a candle or something. I think it's all bullshit, but we can light one. And he goes and give me a minute. He starts going through a chest, pulls one out. All right, anybody got a light match?
I
Clint brings it over to you. Light it up and hold it. You light it up and you hold it. Paul is just kind of standing next to you, bewildered at this whole thing. All right, now everybody's got to tell your dead, dying friend over there something nice, something you like about him.
Fierce warrior.
Oh, not all at once.
I'm just fucking with you. I just want to see what you'd say. Shit.
You still owe me a wheel. Don't die.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Words of encouragement. All right.
Sad.
This is how it's gonna go down. I'm gonna cast a spell. It's gonna take a few minutes. And when that bitch comes up, I want you to take that pointy thing and go stab it in her. You do that, boy?
With pleasure.
Yeah, if you miss, we're all probably dead. Oh, and by the way, whenever she leaves you, Daraguul, whatever your name is, you might be dead.
Well, like I said, I'm either dying slow or I'm dying fast, so...
Yeah. All right. Are we ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
I have the candle.
Yeah, just kind of like hold it. You might want to drip a little bit on him or something. It looks like the type like that. And he steps back. He gets down on his knees and he pulls out his holy symbol and begins to mutter beneath his breath. He grows quiet after the chuckles fade, and you're enjoying that hot wax on your dying flesh over there, Daraguul. Anyways, about 10-15 minutes passes. During this time, the windows begin to open and shut. The door begins to open. He doesn't move, this Jebediah, but you start to hear children's laughter about the room. You start to see shadows moving in places where they shouldn't be. The candle goes out and it gets very dark in here, but there is a white glow on the necklace, the holy symbol of Daraguul. Might be about time you, pray there, boy. He looks up. His eyes are black as he meets yours, Daraguul. What do you do?
I'm not very good at praying. But yeah, I do my best. I kind of, say some sparse words, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Best that you can, huh?
Mm-hmm. Kind of comes slow a little bit.
Uh-huh. Give me a religion check.
It is a natural 18 plus -1, so 17.
Jebediah got a 19. Daraguul, the pain is intense as your prayer ends. So intense that your eyes roll into the back of your head and you're pulled down into that place of visions and nightmares. As you go down these endless steps, you're walking slow, and it's almost like you're in this long cavern, and it's mirrored on the other side, these steps that you walk down. Every 15 or so feet, there is a glowing torch kind of on this cavernous wall. Across the way you look, and you see a head turn. It looks like you, but it's walking up as you are walking down. You turn away and turn back, and this time it's a feminine figure in a white gown. The mouth abnormally wide and open, the neck at an odd angle. Walking up, but it doesn't seem that she wants to. Back in the room, Jebediah's chants have grown louder and they are echoing about the chamber. What are you guys doing? It's darkness.
I'm trying to light my candle again.
You're trying to, and every time that you go to light it, you hear a and it goes out. You feel things like brushing up against your shoulder, your legs. Thala has gotten really close to you, Vogar. She's literally got 2 hands on your shoulders. You can feel her shaking.
Well, I can't even think of something to say right now.
You guys do have dark vision, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
You start to see a translucence begin to rise from Daraguul's form. Hands.
I've got the steak ready.
You got it ready?
Yeah.
It's a familiar figure as the head lifts up. You hear a scream that echoes throughout the cabin. And it's not like she's crawling out on her own. It's like she's being ripped from Daraguul. Daraguul lets out kind of a breathy wheeze and a moan as this happens. But a few moments later, the creature is almost all the way out.
I try to stab her in the chest.
I need you to roll an attack, sir.
Ooh, come on. Roll me something good.
Roll me something good. What are you talking about? Roll me something good, Wyler.
I'm trying to roll you something good.
What'd you get? This is big time.
If it's a regular unarmed strike, a 15.
A 15?
Yeah.
15 does hit. What do you do?
right through the chest.
You take it, and she comes up, looking around, and she tries to bound toward you, but there's that circle on the ground. She can't seem to get past it, and you cross the threshold. Her hand comes up toward your throat, but you plunge that stake into her chest. It goes through easily, but then almost like it hits a wall on the other side. I need you to make for me a wisdom saving throw, because as you plunge this into her chest, you have crossed the threshold, and she is looking at you, and you hear the word honest.
16.
With a 16, you all watch as the chalk on the floor begins to almost breeze away like dust. There's a light that comes back into the room. Honest, this woman, this thing, merges with you. You take 2 steps back. The room grows silent. Daraguul, you cough several times as your eyes flutter open. You feel like you are on death's door. Vogar, Thala, take a few steps back, all looking at Honest. Jebediah kind of falls over to his side on the floor. Honest, you feel as though you've been intruded. Like something's in there.
Fuck.
But you hear, use it, boy. Now.
I use it.
You don't know.
Is it?
I don't know what I'm using, but I'm going to use it.
You've heard this whisper before, same as that day not too long ago in the temple. You reach for that warmth in your chest. You grab it. Those that are conscious and looking, you watch as Honest becomes translucent. I know I use that word a lot, but that's exactly what he does. Almost like you're gazing at the night sky, but it's in the outline of a humanoid. This happens, and he flickers in and out, quickly, almost like a strobe light. You hear a screaming from him, but it's not him. And then an explosion. I need all to make dexterity saving throws. Of course, Daraguul, I need it with disadvantage, because you're on the ground.
Natty 18 and Natty 13, so 12.
14 plus 4, so 18.
Go ahead
You
and
want me to roll for Thala?
I got Thala. Natural 20.
Oh, shit.
There is a force that hits all of you, pushing you back. As you are flying back through the air, you watch as this small home falls into pieces. Literally like just a matchbox, just into dust, into debris. It's several moments before you open your eyes and realize that something just went down. Each of you, not too bad. So Daraguul, you got a 18? Or a 13 plus what?
13 minus 1, so 12.
So you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you were kind of pushed back. What was yours again, Mr. Vogar?
18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
So you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you were pushed back. Not a lot. Very good rolls, by the way.
I'm just thankful.
You guys begin to stand amid the rubble. And what you see standing is kind of the smoking form of Honest in the center of what was the home.
I looked at Thala and like, what the hell did we pick up?
And she is kind of
bomb.
climbing out of some rubble as well. That wasn't good. Orc friend, she's looking for you.
Yes.
You kind of stick your hand out through some rubble. She comes over and starts pulling it aside. Hey, you're alive. That's good. Pulls you up.
I feel
You feel pretty good, all things considered, actually.
pretty good.
That's good. Beatrice, looking around. Beatrice is behind a tree and her head kind of pokes out.
Come to me, girl. Come to me.
Honest, you kind of fall to your knees, weak.
Are his arms heavy?
Probably.
Is orc vomit on his sweater already?
Probably. I will say that those that gaze upon Honest as he falls to his knees, I would say that Vogar would see it, and so would Thala. You see the outline of wings. Not heavenly, though. Don't think of it like that. Think of it more reptilian. You fall to your knees, and honest you are, as you were, but you're very fatigued, very tired, you're exhausted. You kind of look up at the surroundings, at the ruined house, and you see Jebediah. He's unmoving.
I guess I'll try to crawl to him.
You crawl over to him. His eyes are open, but they're not looking at anything.
I'll try to put him onto his face. Is he on his stomach?
He's on his side.
I'll try to put him on his back.
He rolls over. No movement to him, though. Reminds you of those at the temple. Unmoving. Gaze seeing nothing. You guys all kind of see this as you walk up, if you wish.
Yeah. Can I go to him and make a medicine check to determine whether he's alive or dead?
You go up to him. If you would like to roll a medicine check, yes. You already have a pretty good instinct that he's no longer with you, but maybe you're looking for a cause.
It's 16, so it's going to be 12 plus 4.
Yeah, there's no pulse, he's not breathing. There's no sign of what did it. It's almost like you're looking at an elderly person that has passed of natural causes. It's already cold.
I need a drink.
Me too, Paula says, and you notice there's a tear in her eye. She turns and starts walking away from the scene.
I want to collect the old man's body.
Not hard to do. He's super light, super frail.
And I'm going to take him outside and make him a small little, what do you call it? Grave.
Yeah. Take him back to the mud, per se, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'll make him a small little grave. Try to find a good-sized stone, medium-ish. Mm-hmm. Set it down, and then I want to have taken his holy symbol, and I set it on the stone.
And you do. The rest of you kind of watch as this happens. You don't want to interfere with Daraguul in his work right now. It's not that he seems like he needs your help or even wants it. He's just kind of... It's almost like you're watching a man do something that he feels like he needs to do. You guys are all sitting on kind of an overturned tree, sipping on the ale that Beatrice was carrying. Well, that was fun, yeah?
What the hell did we just see?
And she kind of looks over toward you, Honest. Then back at Daraguul, and then at the grave. Shakes her head. Looks down at her hands.
We're all... I'm just kind of sitting there silently. Just kind of just staring into my cup.
65 years on this planet. I've never seen anything like that.
Me neither. I've seen some things.
Lean over my water skin over to Beatrice to take a sip as I pour some out.
She drinks thirstily. She was seeming a little parched.
She's had a long day.
That she has, for sure.
Well, glad Beatrice didn't have to see that.
Yeah. I wish I was behind a tree when it happened. That'd have been nice. So, you explode when you're angry? Might as well address the elephant in the room, I guess.
Yes, in a sense. I was 3 years back. I met an old man, an old drow. He offered to train me. I took up the offer. And what you see are the results.
I can see how it can be handy
wings.
sometimes. What'd you say?
Said the wings are a result from training.
Yeah, what was that?
I have no idea.
So does it happen just when you're angry, or like what if your belly aches and you got a little constipation there and
Look, I don't know how they activate. I don't know what.
well,
I
we can
just know.
find out maybe. You know? I mean, if Vogar's up to finishing this trip to wherever in the hell we're going.
We still do to make a delivery to Yardoon and meet with your compatriots.
Can I make that roll now, Brad?
Which one?
To fit the dots together?
No, you don't have to make the roll.
Okay.
You feel like you know. And Jebediah said something too, so it's kind of, yeah.
So, but as they do that, so dwarf.
I look to the around.
Oh, stop it, Vogar.
No.
Come on now.
So I put the cup down, and I go, there's no way that Eximus was the one who killed those Hillhammer dwarves. Because Eximus is dead.
Not my problem. I don't see why that would pertain to me at all.
Oh, I'm making it your problem.
No reason to point fingers about things like that. Past is past. Daraguul seems to be healthy. You seem to have killed a witch, demon. And we met a really nice man for all of 5 minutes before we killed him. So it's like we're all kind of bad people this day, don't you think?
I'm a bad person.
Us killing him is a little... it's a long shot. I feel like the boom
Right.
human with wings...
I'm trying to make him feel welcome, Vogar.
He paid 2 silver to get...
No, he's cheap. He gets the way that he gets it.
He refuses my clothes. He only pays 2 silver, basically a free ride. He lies to us, says he knows Jebediah, takes us out to this woods where dead creatures keep falling all over us. And you want to make him feel welcome. The half-orc actually paid his way, but he did break my wheel. And my bedroll smells like him, which is horrible.
She's just
The old man
she's smiling, laughing this whole time.
to eat Beatrice multiple times. And he keeps calling me a dwarf and a little man. Have you know, I am not little, and I am not a dwarf. And I'll roll deception for that one.
Roll that motherfucker with disadvantage, you dick.
Alright.
I'm kidding. Well, I'm not. Roll with disadvantage, but you're not a dick. I just think it's funny.
Oh my god. That never happens.
Did you roll 20/20?
I did.
You know, in
On
this...
something stupid.
From the day that you have met Vogar, You felt like he was a dwarf, but in this moment, the virtue and strength behind his words could really convince you otherwise.
Why can't I do that with like important things?
This is kind of important. It was an important growing moment for the party. Come on.
Man. Yeah, but like in a battle, like where it's like, I'm almost dying.
Right. Hey, there's plenty of time left for that to happen one day.
Like I put my intelligence level low on purpose. Like it wasn't supposed to be a great disguise.
You guys kind
of. It's a damn good disguise.
You guys look at him and, you know, sense the veracity behind his words and all kind of have a chuckle openly. Where to from here? Heading back to Yardoon?
You think those creatures are going to be an issue again?
I mean, we can head back to the tradeway. Daraguul's probably got some papers and get us through.
I do have papers.
Yeah.
Well,
it's up to you all. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
about where's the sun at today? Like
at this point, it is evening. The darkness has crept onto the land.
Should you say we should try to make it as close as we can to the tradeway and back to our wagons, or set up camp here? Getting kind of late.
We're really close to a place with a lot of hanged men and women.
I agree.
Maybe we take the long way around. If we can bypass the gate. Daraguul's feeling better.
Seems like a nice evening for a walk.
Make up some time. I'm ready for a walk. Let's get the fuck out of here.
You ready?
Beatrice does seem very ready, just kind of looking around at the place itself. It's very spooky.
Mm-hmm. Bless her heart.
Yeah, she's had kind of a rough life, it seems. Well then, let's head. On, Vogar.
Onward.
Lead us out of here. And she reaches into her pouch and pulls out a map and kind of traces the way that she would like to go, estimating kind of where you are. She goes over to you, Vogar, and you guys try to kind of pinpoint your location. You said you've been to this place before. Where do you place it? You can roll for me an intelligence check. Place it.
Oh goodness.
Oh, Daraguul. Sorry, Daraguul's the one that's been here before. Yeah. My bad. Vogars, Daraguuls, names. It's 3 a.m. Get over it.
or midnight, either or.
That's a natty 14. What was the check?
Intelligence.
Oh baby, 13.
All right. You have a pretty good idea of where you are, within at least 20 miles or so.
I could navigate this area. I believe I've seen it before. It's familiar.
She kind of points the way that she wants to go. She wants to go past the midway point of the tradeway and then come back onto the road. And as she's saying this, she then turns. We forgot about the caravan.
Shit about it. We do need to get that though.
I don't think we're going to be able to. I don't think we're going to be able to, shit. And she just starts kind of walking in the direction. Maybe all the hanged men are dead, right?
I believe they were dead before.
Maybe they're dead?
Super dead?
Yeah, that. Maybe. Maybe
we
wait till...
ran off.
We want to wait till morning? Or we can press on. Whatever you want. She seems rattled at this point.
What do you think, boys? Put her to a vote. We push on, take a rest. All those in favor say aye.
Of what?
Of what?
The arrest?
Of the arrest. If you want to take a rest, say aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Ooh. I.
Beatrice?
Look over at Beatrice.
She looks at you. Puts her head down.
Nay.
Shit.
With all I think that makes you the
She pulls out a coin.
breaking vote.
Heads we rest and tails we move on. Heads. I guess we rest then. Sorry, Vogar.
No problem. I'll just drink my water skin. We'll just sleep here.
And with that, you guys go about making up camp. Who, is there going to be a watch?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me that watch order.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go second.
All right.
I'll go last.
I'll go third. All right. To expedite things a little bit, you guys eat and get ready for rest. Vogar, you sit up around the fire as everybody kind of slumps into their slumber. Go ahead and give me a perception check through your watch.
It is a 16 plus 2, 18.
18. Pretty good. You notice that the rest of your party, they've all fallen into deep sleep. Been a lot of trying days. You hear some scuttering in the woods behind you, however. As you're sitting at the fire, your eyes were kind of dozing off there. You perk up a little bit.
Do I see anything with my dark vision?
You look
What
back
do you see
toward the
with your
tree
dark
line.
eyes?
You look back toward the tree line and you see some movement. And you can make out a figure. Humanoid, tall, long hair, dark skin.
I wake up Beatrice.
You wake up Beatrice. She looks at you, groggily.
Watch them. I'm gonna go check on something. If I
She-
make a noise or don't come back, wake them up immediately.
She
Do you understand?
she nods her head and kind of stands up and starts like patrolling the campsite, walking back and forth like a guard dog. You look back and the figure, you can see the white of his smile, and he takes a step back into the woodlands, but then looks back over his shoulder.
You there, as I'm walking closer to him. You can come out now.
You can come in here, I think. Just for a moment.
I don't think I will.
That is a problem. He turns and crosses his arms. It's just a polite conversation. And at this time, you can tell that this is a very elven-esque figure, but dark-skinned.
Oh, I know who it is, but I don't know who it is.
Very true, very true. I just wanted to have a conversation with you, Vogar. I have done you a favor. And now...
I'll look over at Beatrice.
Uh-huh. And you
into
do
the
that.
eyes.
It is very amusing.
I'll walk up. How do you know my name?
I know many things. But as I said, I've done you a favor. You are no longer wanted for the murder of Bellic Hillhammer. And he kind of comes down onto your level. That makes us...
What do you mean by that?
that kind of makes us friendly for the moment. If you want it that way. And believe me, you want it that way.
No one does anything nice, especially for me.
No,
For free.
not at all. I need you to make sure that that boy over there, that he makes it to Yardoon. And that maybe after your business is done there, that he takes a little side trip to the Temple of Ether. He needs to go speak to the headmaster of Ophius. You think you can make that happen, Vogar? It would be just so unfortunate if some witnesses were to come forth.
I don't know. I think my disguise is actually pretty decent.
I applaud your disguise. Boy, you were really hard to find.
Temple of Ether.
Indeed. And make sure that that half-orc sticks around.
But he's so smelly.
Yeah, plot armor. Yeah.
I do agree that half-orcs are quite smelly. That's beyond the point. Just keep him around. It won't be too hard. He has some troubling news once he reaches Yardoon. Got a feeling he'll want to get away.
I'll do this. It'll cost you one thing.
And that is...
Your name.
He smiles. What say you if I could offer you the answer to any question you could ever want? Or my name? Which one would you take in this moment?
I have a long life to live. Hopefully. Your name.
And he kind of gets real close. My name is Salathier. It's nice to meet you. Now, where is it that Honest needs to be?
Temple of Ether.
That is right. Now enjoy your evening. Keep an eye on your goat. He stands, begins to walk into the forest. It's not too long before his figure disappears.
Okay, I'll make my way back to the camp.
You do? And when the time comes, if you wish, who would you like to wake up? For their watch.
Who did we decide?
Honest was next, and then Thala, and then Daraguul.
Alright, I walk up and I just kind of like kick his feet, kind of roughly.
Honest,
Your
you feel a
watch.
kick at your feet. You instinctively grab for your stick, but realize this is Vogar.
Oh, Vogar. Okay.
Your watch is up. I need to go to sleep. This whole trip's pissing me off.
You and me both, friend. Ugh.
You arise, take a walk, try and wake up. The night is cold. Give me a perception check for your watch.
That's a 6.
A 6. Roll for me percentile dice.
Son of a bitch.
A 63.
63, you say. You start to walk about the area, trying to stay awake. The moonlight has broken through the canopy, and you kind of walk into the ruins of Jebediah's home, where that circle was. You just kind of are looking around, and you notice a slight blue glow from amid the rubble, kind of on the northeast portion of this house.
Do I look around? Do I see the goat?
You do
Is
see
it
the goat.
asleep?
It curled up next to Vogar and eventually fell asleep, yes.
I'm going to move toward this thing and I'm gonna try and poke it.
You move
With
up and
stick.
it's rocks and there's a blue glow underneath it. You walk up and you're like poking at the rocks. Nothing really happens other than some of the rubble kind of moves away. And you start to see kind of what this blue glow is coming from. You see a key. It's about the length of a forearm. The end of it, the key itself, is square and has 3 teeth.
It's a big ass fucking key.
It is.
I poke the key a little bit. See what happens.
Nothing happens. The key, just glowing.
I pick up the key.
It's warm, but it kind of shrinks down to the size you would associate with such a key as you pick it up.
Can I roll an investigation check to check out like any minute or
Details?
yeah.
So looking at it, because it's glowing, it kind of helps you. You can give me an investigation check, sure. Combing it over.
Natural 20, 21.
Yep, so like I said, it shrunk down much. It's about half the size that it was. The key itself is square, and it has 3 teeth. On the opposite end, there's 2 kind of curls to the end of the key. Think of it almost like a pretzel shape.
Mm-hmm.
There's marks and things about the key, but nothing that makes a lot of sense. There's no, like, specific runes or art to it. Just kind of marks here and there. Nothing that really jumps out to you, other than the warmth, and that it was a big key that is now a small key, and it was glowing blue, and it begins to fade. Like, as you turn and block the moon's light upon the key, it goes dim.
I put it back into the moon's reflection and then back out.
Begins to
And then
glow
back
and
in,
then
back
fade.
out.
You're having your own little strobe light thing going on right now. Yeah.
And then I just like I hold it up
Mm-hmm.
like the keys like in front of me in the moon.
Mm-hmm. It grows quite bright.
I pocket the key.
Okay. What else would you like to do? Thanks for the follow, Lyracy. What would you like to do, sir?
Just continue the watch, and then when time's up, I'll wake up Thala.
All right. You go and wake up Thala. You find your rest. Is this key a puzzle, Lyracy asks. Maybe. That is the mystery of these things.
Stick around, find out.
Stick around and find out. Anyway, so Thala goes about her watch. Seems to go well, because a time later, she wakes up Daraguul. Lyracy says, "Oh my god, you're all super nerds. I love it." Well, we love that you love it. And yes, we are very super nerdy. Anywho,
Yeah, baby.
Daraguul, you are awake.
Yes.
Would you like to finish the watch, sir?
Of course.
All right, so go ahead and give me a. I done went blank because I'm talking to people in chat, and now I'm dumb all of a sudden. Apologies. Perception check.
That is a natural 15 plus 2, 17.
17. The watch goes very well. Yes, this is 5th edition, but it is homebrew, and don't feel bad for distracting me. It's not a big deal at all. So, with that, you all arise in the morning. You eat, and you begin to make plans. I'm assuming we're wanting to head back out to the caravan.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Correct.
So, you gather your things and begin to head south. With that, let's go ahead and take a break. What is it you guys would like to do? Is the morning after exercising Daraguul of his demons? Everyone is well rested?
We want to go
Well,
back
how
for your
much?
caravan.
Yes. I was going to say, how much more, or how much time will pass by the time we get to the caravan?
I'm not sure how long it took us to get here. We were kind of fighting hanged men and women for a while. What was it?
How do you feel about moving at a more of a brisk pace this time?
I think it's a very good idea that we do that. We've kind of left the wagons on the road for some time, and there was lots of people there.
Mm-hmm.
So, who would like to lead the group back to the tradeway?
Not me.
Well, I guess I'll do it.
The ranger. All right, so go ahead and give me a survival check with advantage, as Honest and Beatrice are helping you along your way. Daraguul, Thala is walking alongside you. Seems to be keeping an eye on you. What'd you get?
Thank you very much for the advantage.
All right, was it bad?
Well, it wasn't that one, but I'll take my 14 plus 4, which gives me an 18.
Much better. You guys press through, and it only takes a few hours to find your way back to the tradeway and then up it west to find your wagon. It seems to be unhindered.
I would like to check it thoroughly.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check. You can roll with advantage as Thala is helping you comb through it. She's unlocking the locks and starting to go in and take count of things.
11.
An 11? Everything seems to be as you left it.
All right.
There is moderate traffic on the tradeway heading west.
Well, what do you guys say we travel to the Yardoon?
All right.
Let us do it.
I'm curious, though. Where did all the hanged men and women go?
Would you like to go and find out?
Not particularly. Just curious.
I know you spent some time slaying weird things like that, but I'd rather not find out.
Of course, let us be on our way then.
So you guys begin to head west. You reach the gate, and there are guards posted. They're stopping some individuals as they pass. It seems like your friend Vogar's appearance has him looking more halfling today. You guys aren't stopped as you pass through the gate and continue on. You did make some eye contact, Daraguul, with one of the officers that seemed like they were going to step forward, but thought otherwise. By the way, what is everybody's level currently?
3.
Everybody 3? Okay. Apparently, on our overlay, someone's still at 2. We will address that. Thanks for pointing that out, though. It's kind of important. I don't want no one to accidentally die because they were under-leveled. It may just have not updated. Could be possible. Anywho's, you guys press on toward Yardoon. Is there anything that needs any conversation to be had or anything over the next couple of days as you make it toward the city?
Throughout the time as we're traveling,
Uh-huh.
I would like to ask, because I think both people have actually, Honest and Daraguul, mentioned having dreams before.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask more about those dreams and what individuals were in those dreams.
I am kind of interested in that as well. A lot of interesting things be happening ever since we met you. Finding men on the road, talking about dreams leading to old guys that can save us from demons.
I'm curious of that as well.
I have noticed the subtle coincidences.
Well, not so honest. Would you like to go first?
My one and only dream was of the old drow.
You actually know him? Miss Drow? That wasn't a lie?
Yes.
From your
I
temple?
only know him as the old man.
Alright.
Does this old man's appearance anything?
Dark ebony skin, long white hair.
But I need to roll an intelligence to see if I can connect any kind of dot for that.
I think that with your baseline intelligence, the dots are being connected. You're not maybe 100% sure, but, you know, things are adding up.
And this old man had no name or special qualities about him.
He could summon an astral version of himself. taught me how to do it, but we know where that ended.
You gotta backtrack here on that version of yourself. I don't understand.
He was able to connect himself to another plane the way he spoke. Was able to summon multiple arms of mystical magic.
I swear, if you've been getting in my wagon and taking anything from there, it will not end good for you.
You may be telling the truth, Vogar. I mean, we've seen some crazy shit the past couple days, but I will say a spider drow, that just doesn't sit well with me.
It just sounds creepy.
It does. Anybody else been having any funky dreams?
I did have a dream a few days ago. I saw a red-skinned woman. She went by Fury. She had 2 children with her. I didn't know what to make of it, but I've had another dream since. It was her again. She was in the form of a dragon with another. One red and one of the undead look. And they transformed into people. And at my feet were 2 bodies. And one was you, Honest. And then the other, maybe a sister of yours? I don't know what she might have been to you, but she looked quite like you.
It's my sister, alright. All I know is I want to.
I don't like this feeling like we're connected in some way. Don't freak me out. Just ran into you. Well, you ran into us. Both of you.
I did.
Tell me, what's your plans when you get to Yardoon? We're just making to drop a few things off.
I was going to report back to Roderick Brom. He's a man of the church that I report to.
I see. What are you going to do after?
I can't say that I have any plans.
Maybe we do take our separate ways when we get into Yardoon. Maybe we meet up for a drink. Talk a little
Are you
bit.
asking me out on a date, Thala?
I think I'm asking you all out on a date for a drink. All of you. Not a single one.
I only date one
Keep it in
person
your
at a
pants,
time.
Daraguul. Keep it in your pants. I know a few taverns. There's the Incubus, Gilded Ghost. If you're fancy, you can hit up the Green Dragon.
It's a fancy tavern now. Ooh.
Remember, you don't have any money.
Yes, I was going to point out the fact that I am broke.
We are needing an extra hand, Vogar.
I can continue to make you all look good on the road.
I mean,
I shall receive some kind of payment once I return. I would assume, at least.
all I'm saying is it seems like, we have a good thing going here. Me and Vogar, make a decent living. Could always use some help. Though he's probably shaking his head behind me right now.
She knows me well. Although she's definitely the brains, I'm the brawn.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit more brawn and a little more brains. And she says that as she looks to Daraguul and then to Honest. Then she turns her head to the goat. And then back to Honest. Brain. Like I said.
If you're just gonna use me for my brains, I don't know if I want to come.
And that's why I didn't call you the smart one. As I said, pick a tavern, and when we're done, meet up. Just talk.
The Incubus is quite nice and not too fancy.
Quite the opposite. In the lower district, hard place. You sure you can make your way there, Daraguul?
I've been there a few times.
I actually believe it. If that's the place, then honest, stay close. Maybe hang out with me and Vogar for a bit.
I could handle myself just well.
You ever been to Yardoon, honest?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Just stay with us for now.
There's things you need to do. You can head to the Marauders District. We'll drop you off at the gate, but if you head any further south, you need to be with people that know the area. If not I, or Vogar, or even Beatrice, then Daraguul. Not a place for, young men like yourself to be wandering around alone. Especially one with no coin. Once people find ye and are expecting coin, and you don't have any, they take other things.
Actually, you know what? Fuck. I did not pick up my shirt. I've been running around half naked.
You have been running around half naked.
I offered you clothes.
You see,
That he did.
There's a size difference.
No, there is not.
Really, bring it out. Bring out this shirt. I will try to put it on. If you
Thala
are
goes and
that
stands
insistent.
next to Daraguul. I really don't see the difference, do you?
I love it when they do this.
Me too.
I'll be right back. He's a big toothy grin.
You go grab it, bring it out, walk it over.
Here, about your size.
And oh look, I will show you. And I try to put it on. I try to.
It doesn't go very well. I think you're doing it backwards. No, that's the armhole, not the head hole.
Is that a shirt or pants?
Oh, it might be pants. That would make so much sense. They call those skinny jeans.
Must have grabbed the wrong ones. I'll be right back.
You got this like over your head, over one
this
arm.
This is the point I'm trying to make to you.
It's ripping. It's stuck.
No.
You're trying to get it off.
Bitch. Son of a bitch. Damn it.
As you guys are walking and making this charade, you come over a high hill and can see the city of Yardoon before you.
The smell of shit.
It does have a smell about it.
You call it shit, I call it civilization. Now let's go.
You guys begin to head in, following
Honest,
in line.
are you done fiddle fucking my t-shirt?
Oh shit, dude.
I just like, whatever.
You guys.
The point is made. It's too small.
You guys.
Beatrice must have left it out in the sun too long where it shrank.
This is the best thing ever. Excuse me. You guys head toward the eastern gate of the Emerald District, where it leads into. In Daraguul, you say your goodbyes, at least for the moment, to the party, as you head to check in at the Church of Azaran.
So
The rest
we have
of
that
you.
drink.
So you have that drink. Did you decide upon the incubus? May want to make a note of that. The other three of you are heading towards Sydney White's, a friend of Thala's, to make a delivery. But, Daraguul,
Yes.
you begin walking through the city. It's been a while, but you have a good eye. A lot of the militiamen posted here, you don't recognize a lot of them. A lot of the men walking around from the different sects, not sects, SEC, you know what I'm trying to say. The different divisions, we'll say. Different churches. You don't recognize a lot of them. There hasn't been a lot of militiamen about the city lately anyway, but definitely has ramped up. Starting to get a funny feeling. Something's changed.
Mm-hmm.
You head forward, and it's not too long before you make your way to the Radiant Way, and to that of the Temple of Azaran. It was once labeled the Radiant Keep, but is now the headquarters of the Order of Azaran. There's a gate, and it's closed, which is odd. It's usually open for anyone. You approach, and two men are standing there. They're wearing the garb of Azaran, but you've never seen them before. They kind of turn their heads towards you as you approach. Can I help you?
Yes, I seek entrance.
Name?
Daraguul.
And he turns and kind of looks up toward the door. There's another guard up there. They seem to talk in some way without words, you know? Like just looking at one another. Looking back at you ever so often. I think you're expected. Open the gate. They begin to open the gate. What do you do?
Can I roll perception?
Sure.
I want to try and notice, like, do I feel like I'm being set up, like ambushed? Like, do I get that kind of, like, sense?
Roll perception. Sure, roll perception.
It's a natural 14 plus 2, so 16.
As you walked up, initially the man's hands went toward their weapons, but they backed off, and even more so when he made eye contact with the man up near the door. There's some hostility, but you don't feel as though you're being set up, but something is definitely wrong. You're getting a bad feeling, for sure. You don't, as I said, you also don't recognize any of these men. The gate comes creaking open.
And I take like a step past the two gentlemen, and then I turn back around and I go, "How long have you been here?"
A month, maybe. Looks toward the other guy. Yeah, a month. They're both just looking at you.
And I walk by. Oh, go ahead.
So the door opens, and the man that was up there kind of pushes it open, and you see a feminine figure, one of the keepers of the house, one of the old priestesses of Azaran, a good friend with Roderick Brom. You look up at her, and her eyes are red, like she hasn't gotten much sleep or she's been crying. Daraguul, you've been waiting on your arrival. Decent timing, I guess. She kind of walks by and pats you on the shoulder. Good luck in there. She continues past you.
I push forward.
You push forward. You walk through the door. Yes.
Is there anything that I can make of that? Are there like conferences or something, or like?
Yeah, all the time. There's genuinely conferences and of the like.
So this isn't too out of the ordinary.
No, not really. Nothing. There's something going on for sure. But like her coming and going, not out of the ordinary. Her telling you good luck, probably a sign of something's off. But you knew if something was like if you were walking into, say, a trap, that she's the type that may have made sure that you knew it.
Okay.
She wasn't. This woman liked you quite a bit. You didn't like her very much, but she always kind of looked past your gruff nature and your insults and just kind of, shared barbs with you. So you get the feeling that she kind of liked you in some way.
What was her name again, and what's her race and everything?
She was an older human woman, priestess of Azaran, Carrollton. What was her family name?
Sinclair.
Okay, I push on.
All right. You push through into the entranceway. There are many men about. With your passive perception, you begin to recognize a few. But not from the Church of Azaran, from your prior job. Whenever you did mercenary work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of gruff men wearing the garb of Azaran here. Daraguul, you hear, from across the way in the hallway. Coming out of the kitchen, you see Desmond Brightwing. Tall human man, long blonde hair, kind of an asshole. About time you've showed up. Got a lot to talk about. Come on now. And he gestures toward you. He goes in across the hallway into that meeting room.
I follow.
You follow, and by the time that you turn in, he's sat down and he's pouring himself a glass of wine. Go ahead and sit. Wine?
Yes.
Pours a glass. Slides it over towards you, but not far enough to where it gets to you. You would have to, stand up to grab it.
I leave it and sit down.
He leans back. Report?
Plenty of, I call them bone. Shit, I forgot.
Bone needles
Bone
is what you
needles.
call them.
Bone needles, yeah. If you want to say bone spiders, I'm like, it's not for the bone spiders. Plenty of bone needle amongst the willow woodlands.
Uh-huh. And?
Killed plenty, but there's plenty more.
Unfortunate that. Wish we'd have got word to you earlier. You could have headed back. Really kind of on the bottom rung of things that are important now. You heard the news.
Of?
The Hillhammers.
I did.
Apparently, this Eximus, don't know if you've heard of him, he's from the Temple of Unmoving Faith, something like that to do with Ophius. Apparently he went rogue, killed all his monks, headed to Besper, killed a Hillhammer, and then headed to Dorthrock and killed one more. He's saying that the Yardoon Council sent him. Unfortunate that. Threatening war on the province. Yeah. Unfortunate.
War with dwarves.
Anyway, you didn't do much, militia training coming up, did you?
Can't say that I had, no.
Yeah, that's unfortunate as well. Moving into potential wartime, Daraguul, and, he stands and takes a long drink from his wine. Unfortunately, your services are no longer required. He takes a step and he's walking around the table. Oh, and he looks down. I guess it was 3-4 nights ago. Roderick Brom passed away in his sleep. He looks toward you. All of it's just so unfortunate. I assure you, you will be paid, though only half what you usually get, since you won't be actually on the ground. And in a time where war is not threatening the province, you may return, but in the meantime, we've found someone better suited. And he gestures toward the door behind him, and you watch as Thax Drell comes walking in. Smiles, just standing there looking at you. From what I've heard, y'all know one another, Desmond says.
I'm going to crush your face betwixt my hands.
You speaking to me or your old friend?
And I don't even acknowledge what he said. I just stared directly at Thax.
And Desmond smiles, kind of a toothy grin as you stare daggers at Thax. You notice that from the side doors that a couple other individuals have entered the chamber, all hands on their weapons. They don't seem like they're going to press forward, but they seem wary. As I said, Daraguul, it's all very unfortunate these trying times. But Roderick Brom did leave you a few things. And he reaches down below the table and pulls up a small chest and slides it over. It kind of screeches across the wood top.
Nothing of interest really in there, but he wanted you to have it. It was in his will. So, there you go.
Where's his body?
Not here. Been given back to the mud already. Has been 2 weeks. Look at the local graveyard. I think they buried him there. One up in the Radiant Way. A couple blocks down. Yeah, if you have nothing else to report, you know where the door is.
Well, I'll grab my chest and I'll get up. And I still stare at Thax the whole way out of the door.
Thax, you take solace in the scars on his face because you know that you were the one that gave them to him. But through that warped smile, it is still there and it's pissing you off a little bit. You take the chest, you push down the anger, and you walk out. Where do you go, Daraguul?
Did I have a quarters anywhere? Maybe? Like just like a general staying place?
At the church.
Yeah.
You're essentially homeless.
No, I know. I understand the repercussions of what just happened.
You got your walking papers.
Or a home.
You got your walking papers. So I'm just curious as to where you will head.
To the Incubus.
All right.
Might as well get there early and enjoy myself. Since I am homeless and have no job.
Since we're close to the end of our session, would you like to look into the chest, or you want to save that for next time?
I want to go ahead to the Incubus and start drinking. And after
not a problem.
I've had a few. I want to. I'm really irritated. I just fucking.
You flip it
open the chest.
On the bar top of the Incubus, you begin to go through. You find several things. Health vials. We'll get to the exacts at a later date here.
Mm-hmm.
You find health vials. You find vials that are labeled Angel's Tears. You find several holy symbols. And you also find a short sword. The one that Brahm carried. But you also find a letter that has been labeled to you.
I'm going to open the letter and begin to read.
And this would be the time that you would open up the email that I sent you, the first one. On the other side of town, you three have made it into the lower district, below the Radiant Way, actually below the Marauders. The plan was to head to Sydney White's to drop off your goods. Any chat being had along the way?
Just like nonchalantly, like I want to just I have like this arrogance of me, like I think I just like connected some dots.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I think I met your drow guy.
And I looked and said, "You what?"
Yeah.
I'm just like, I kind of like, I'm like, you what?
Did you not hear me? Are you honest, hard of hearing?
When did you when did you have time to meet this fella? Kaal looks at you with a questioning gaze.
Well, honestly, I couldn't make it out whether I was dreaming or if I was still awake. But I was certainly still awake one night after him over there went.
Yeah?
So last night.
Yeah, last
So
night.
it was like 2 nights. Was it last
During
night?
your
2
watch?
nights ago. Yeah, sorry. That was like 2 nights ago. Yeah, last night.
Were you drunk? Or are you telling me the truth right now? And she grabs your face and like points it toward her. Are you lying to me?
No. This is the only ale I have left.
This shit's getting a little creepy.
Oh, it was creepy. He knew my name.
She looks toward Honest and then back to you. What'd he say?
Yes. Vogar, what did he say?
Well, interesting enough, you don't even know his name, and I at least know his name.
I'm trying so hard not to punch him in the face.
You can definitely tell that he is very upset. He's steaming.
I thought you would be happy with this news. Like, Vogar figured it out again. Right, Thala?
Let me make one thing clear. I want nothing but the death of that drow fuck.
So, might be an issue. I told him that we would go to Temple of Ether.
You
right?
What?
Yeah, so there's that. Figured we'd go there right after we figure things out here.
What?
Was this not a good thing?
Sure. This is a wonderful thing. Yes, I have to walk up to the master of another temple and tell them, hey, I blew up your whole fucking temple.
I
I'm a
don't know
living
why
bomb.
You did that. Why would you do that?
I'm a living bomb.
What is a bomb? Not familiar with this word. So is this a yes or a no on the Temple of Ether?
Well, I'm like, I'm flustered. I'm angry. I'm pissed. I'm just kind of like, just, we'll talk it over.
You
Just
are
get
so
our business
disrespectful. So disrespectful. Literally, Thala, we take him in the ring. We accept his poor offer of 2 silver pieces, which would just get you a decent meal, not a full travel to Yardoon. He lies to us going into the wilderness. I'm pretty sure he has a lot to do with all of the things that we've came across multiple times. And yet, I figure some stuff out and he gets upset. He didn't even know the guy's name, and boom, I ask a question and I get the answer. Vogar does it again.
What was his name?
His
Yes.
I don't know
name.
if I want to tell him.
His name.
I attempt to whisper to Thala.
You
I'm, like,
hear
looking
from
around.
behind you. His name was Salathier.
I'm like,
Dun dun dun.
You turn, and all witness this man. He stands before you, hair kind of blowing in the wind. I'm not one that enjoys broken promises. And I especially don't like moving up plans. It was really easy, Vogar. Get him to the temple.
you didn't say how?
And he turns his gaze toward you. That is true. I assume he'll still make it. I just don't know if you'll be alive to see it. You and Thala look at Honest, who begins to glow. The drow man smiles. Thala begins to pull you. She turns and begins to run. What do you do?
Which one, me?
Yeah,
Well, can I jump on Beatrice?
you sure can. You jump on Beatrice and begin to flee.
Absolutely.
You begin to flee. You start to hear screaming, shouts, people running, mothers grabbing their children, elderly trying to hobble away. And as you look back at the sight, not understanding because you haven't seen anything happen yet, Honest's form is changing.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's an explosion as wings emerge and as flames envelop the area. And with that, we are going to end our session this evening.
Ooh.
We would like to thank everybody for watching, especially you, Lyracy. I know you wanted to fight there, but we've been streaming for, since midnight?
4 hours now.
Been a nice little long session.
Mm-hmm.
Lyracy says he's a dragon? We will have to see next time. By the way, Lyracy, we stream on Fridays starting at midnight if you want to tune in next week. We do thank you for joining. All right, guys.